Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat on the way in. Hopefully you guys can hear me well. Yes, Mr. Z is on time-ish today. Yay, claps, clap, claps. Okay. Um, let's do a bit of house cleaning before we get to the topic or the subject. Um, so in my community tab, I shared Ole's stream that she did with FD and Foreign Man in a Foreign Land, and a number of other brothers concerning Nick Cannon, Cam Newton, and Dr. Bryant, right? Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. Um, so she took it down. I guess she edited it. And so here's the thing, right? I only got to watch the intro and I was like, ooh, this is gonna be good. So I purposely didn't watch it when she first posted it or when it was going on because I wanted to still have the same energy and fire because I knew I was gonna get enraged. And I wanted to watch it and then like right before I knew I was gonna stream, watch it and then and then do my live. So she took it down and she just posted it back up. So it's playing right now. And so what we're gonna do is maybe I watch that tomorrow morning and we come in with a morning stream before Dr. Thunder, or I might watch it a little bit later, and we might do another stream later on tonight. That's dependent because Black Manosphere Show of the Week should be streaming tonight. Also, check out the Black Manosphere Show of the Week. It's Kev from Black Men Being Brutally Honest. So y'all check that out. It should be 7 Eastern, 6 Central, or is it 6 Central, 7 Eastern? Yeah, 6 Central, 7 Eastern. Yeah, 6 Central, 7 Eastern. So y'all check that out. And so that is that. So I will be hopefully reviewing that. Hope that I can keep my my blood pressure under control. And so yeah. Um, all right. So and now I don't know what got edited out. That's another thing I want to make sure I add. So I don't know what got edited out because I shared it and like so I shared it and I wonder if I'm not even gonna make that statement. I'm not even gonna make that statement. I'll just leave it there, right? FYI, no, Mr. Z does not think he's some big ish, right? I'm still what did Spoken Reasons used to say? I ain't ish yet. I'm still a faceless nobody on the internet, right? So that's my saying. I'm still a faceless nobody on the internet. Um, okay, so on that note, for those of you that checked out the links in the description box, um, the link I want to focus on. So this is the foundation of everything, right? And shout out to Black Uru on BGS's stream yesterday. Which BGS's stream was a continuation of my stream. Um, and shout out to Big Kev. And Big Kev made a comment that was seen a bit controversial, especially to our elders, BGS and Black Uru. And he said, he looked at divestors and swirlers as 304s, and like just about, like pretty much all of them, right? And he got some pushback from Black Uru and BGS, and Black Uru said something on BGS's stream, and the link is in my description box. It's time stamped. It's about almost 2 minutes long. So for those of you that want to catch what Black Uru said, because I'm gonna paraphrase it, and he kind of went into that subject a few times throughout BGS's stream, and I'm glad he did. And I'm gonna speak to that. And for those of you that checked out the song "Rest in Peace," Rich Homie Quan, I want to speak to what Black Uru said about Black men essentially being brokenhearted, right? Um, Black men feeling some type of way, rest in peace, Rich Homie Quan, about Black women and Black women's chase for white men, but really, and this is what it really is about, the myth of white womanhood and what it's turned Black women into, right? The control of the Black community and what that's turned Black women into, right? And what has turned Black women into concerning Black men. I truly, and I've said this before, and I mean it. I'm not just saying it, to CYA, right? For those of you that don't know what CYA mean, well, maybe you've never worked, right? And shout out to you, right? No, I mean it. I truly believe black women do not hate black men. Black women hate that they're not politically and socially white women. And the person they take that anger out on the most is black men, because it was our job, and white men's job, but it was our job as black men to make black women politically, socially, obviously economically, but politically and socially white women. Never mind the fact that black women stabbed black men in the back at the end of the civil rights movement and signed a Faustian bargain with white women, low key with white men also, to throw black men overboard so that white men and white women could elevate black women into white womanhood, which didn't happen. Never mind that, right? I truly believe that black women do not hate black men outside of like the most extreme divestors. They hate their position in this society and their proximity to black men, politically, socially, and obviously economically, right? Black men are sad. There is something to be said about the people you went through the transatlantic slave experience with stabbing you in the back. There is something to be said about the people that you went through the transatlantic slave experience with, through Jim Crow with, saying their pursuit of white womanhood is more important than anything going in the black community. They're willing to sacrifice the boys, they're willing to sacrifice the men, and they're even willing to sacrifice the girls. They're willing to sacrifice other black women, they're willing to sacrifice themselves. So I agree with Black Uru that it might be okay for black men to say, no, this does hurt. Is it okay for black men to stay there? No. But I think it's okay to acknowledge, no, I do feel this type of way that you're willing to sacrifice everything for the myth of white womanhood, including me, obviously, as a black man. I do feel a certain type of way that you don't think anything is of anything concerning me is worth considering because I can't make you politically, socially a white woman. I can maybe make you economically a white woman, upper middle class, rich or elite white woman, but I can't make you politically and socially a white woman. Not even the white man can do that. I think it's okay for black men to say, with everything that white society has put black people through, black women still seek the validation of white men. I think it's okay to tell black women, yeah, we date and marry out. We as black men date and marry out. Yes, but it's not because you are so loyal, it's because the white men ain't checking. Yes, we date and marry out because you've made yourself so insufferable that no matter how attractive I think you are, I can't be with a woman like you because your goal in life is to have me protect, provide, and shut up because I'm not the white man. I think it's okay. I think it's okay for black men to say, we love black women, we just can't be with them. I think the world would be a better place if black men started doing what that brother did on Pop the Balloon show. Maybe not as animated, maybe not as complimentary, but if we started telling black women, you know what, ooh, I can't afford you, I can't do nothing with you. I'm out, you are way over my pay grade, right? I think it's okay if black men start saying that more and more. And I would argue what you will find is black women initially would see it as a compliment. Wait for it, wait for it. And then eventually they'll realize, oh crap, too many black men are saying that, right? Too many black men are saying that. Too many black men have decided that black women should get what they want, either the rich man or no man, either the rich white man or no man, right? If they can't have Sean Connery, they want nothing. If they can't have Pierce Brosnan, they want nothing. Uh-oh. If they can't have Zac Efron, they want nothing. Yikes. Look how they try to push Simone Biles Owens to leave her husband and end up with Zac Efron. Huh? Huh? I think it's okay for black men to admit that they feel sad. There's some sorrow. There's some grief. And black men are truly grieving black women. I think it's okay for black men to feel grief because the political project of blackness in America is dead. Oh, damn, Z. And black women killed it. Shout out to Dave Chappelle. I think it's okay for black men to appreciate that black men might have to move on to other women, including some other black women in the diaspora, and leave black women here with their rose toys and same-sex loving relationships and alternative lifestyles, and here to the non-black men that will have them. I think it's okay for black men to tell Dr. Umar Johnson, I will not submit myself to someone who sees me as, in case of emergency, break glass. The Rose toy single life didn't work. The being the sexual plaything for some non-black men didn't work. The experimentation with women didn't work. I think it's okay to tell Dr. Umar Johnson, I refuse to just be a walking ATM machine and an overglorified guard dog for a woman that actually doesn't appreciate me because I can't make her politically and socially a white woman. Huh? I think it's okay for black men to feel sad. I'm purposely saying and using the word sad. It's okay to grieve what you thought black women were until you were awakened, right? The idea of black women, the idea of the moral compass, the idea of Queen Earth Mother Goddess, the sister that's not afraid to wear her natural hair, the idea of the sister with the Africa earrings and the red, black, and green, right? And the black power fist, etc., etc. It's okay to grieve the idea that that woman would never do anything with a white man, huh? Until you find out different. I think it's okay to grieve that, right? Black men, it's okay to feel that you were backstabbed because you were, huh? Do you think that Nina Turner is the only black woman that realized the Democratic Party emasculates black men? I'm gonna say her name. You think Kim Foster don't realize that? You think Juicy doesn't realize that? You think T Noir doesn't realize that? You think Nappy Headed Hoba doesn't realize that? Huh? You think Tiffany Cross doesn't realize that? You think Simone Sanders doesn't realize that? You think Kamala Harris doesn't realize that? You think Michelle Obama doesn't realize that? You think Oprah Winfrey doesn't realize that? You think Gayle King doesn't realize that? You think Susan Rice doesn't realize that? You think Condoleezza Rice doesn't realize that? Who do you think of any prominence? Everyone from the social media content creator all the way to a woman that might be president in the next few months. You think they don't realize that? Huh? Who do you think doesn't realize it? No, black men, you were never were supposed to. And it's okay to grieve that. That black women saw this, even if you didn't, and they said nothing. As a matter of fact, they encouraged you to stay on the hamster wheel for their selfish benefit, and not even all of them either. Huh? It's okay, black men. Black women will be okay. Probably not. Huh? It's okay to tell black women, you know what? You're right. Black men can't afford you. You know what? You're right. I am too sassy. You know what? You're right. I don't take education seriously enough. You know what? You're right. I am a colorist, a featurist, a texturist. You're right. And I think the best thing I can do for you is remove myself. I think it's okay to tell Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, you know what? You're right. White men do respect you. White women do respect you more than black men. You're right. And I think the best thing we can do is you're 41. Let's leave you out here for the next few decades. I'm pretty sure a good white man will come and scoop you up. A Latino, and you're in the LA region. Oh yeah, a Latino worth a damn will come and scoop you up, and you know y'all will get married and have children and nuclear family and kumbaya, we are the world, and perfect. I think that's okay. Huh? I think it's okay to tell Ebony K. Williams, you know what, you're right. Black men are mediocre. Huh? You're right. Huh? I think it's okay. I think it's okay to tell Real Talk with Yanni, that clip that you put on your channel where the brother was saying we all know that black women earn more than black men. I think you're right. Black women do earn more than black men. And because we can be no assistance to you, I think we should remove ourselves from your presence. Actually, that would be better for you because all we are is a nuisance. Huh? I think it's okay to grieve all the things you thought were that are not. And quite frankly, not all black women are 304s. Not all swirlers are 304s. Not all divestors are 304s. What they're doing with their body is a conversation to be had. It's not the problem. It might be a problem. That's not the problem. The problem is what they imagine their life would be and should be like if only white men, white women, and definitely black men treated them like the white women that they should be. Right? We have to respect that this is black women's political project. This is the project. And if you want to know what the next one is, it's right next to it. If we can't be politically and socially white women, tear the whole thing down to the ground. There will be no gender. Uh-oh. Y'all don't see them holding hands? It's either political, social, economic white womanhood or nothing. Burn it to the ground. And black men should be okay with that also, because black men should have their passports. Now, will that spread like a virus around the planet? Of course it will. Huh? This is black women's political project. Whether it's Kim Foster, whether it's Chrissy, whether it's Real Talk with Yanni, whether it's Paris Milan, whether it's Cynthia G, whether it's Crystalline Kerosene. Do y'all see a pattern here? Whether it's Ebony K. Williams, these people, some of them don't know each other. They don't really speak. They might have heard of each other, but they don't communicate. And yet, all of their political project is the same: liberate black women from black men, as if black men are the ones who have black women shackled, and find some way to shame or force the rest of America, the rest of the Western world, and then the rest of the world to look at and see black women as upper middle class and above white women, politically, socially, economically. The status of white women, the myth of white womanhood. Huh? It's okay to grieve what you thought black women were. It's okay to grieve that at one point you actually were in agreement and alignment with black women who kept on claiming that they were loyal to black men. It was black men that was the issue. It's okay to grieve that idea that, wait a minute, actually, right? It's okay to grieve the idea that black women in the know that black men are the foundation, that black men are what everyone else stands on. Everyone else in this society stands on black men's shoulders. Huh? As I said before, if Nina Turner knows, they all know. Some of them will disagree with her in public, even though in their mind, like, yeah, but you're not supposed to say it. You're giving them ideas, Nina. Huh? The black community still exists. It does. It does. But little by little, every day, we become people of color, as BGS has said. And that's something that black men are going to have to come to terms with. Because the other half of the black American population has decided that their want, their need to be validated, not by you, black men, but by non-black men, primarily white men, is more important than anything black men can do or say. No? Black women have decided that competing with Latinas and Asian women for the affection of white men is far more important than doing right by black men. Because black women have decided it's black men's job to do right by black women. As Paris Milan said to me, or not even said to me, as Paris Milan said, what is it, a year now? It's been over a year. Yeah, we're working actually on a year and a half. As Paris Milan said when the reparations conversation heated up on her channel, black men owe black women reparations. Huh? Black men owe black women reparations. It is okay to grieve that women like that exist in the black community. It's okay to know that the young lady at the return line, at your Walmart, at your local Target, and what in her earphone, in that earpod, she's listening to Chrissy right now. She's listening to Paris Milan right now, right? She's listening to Real Talk with Yenny right now. Huh? I know for those of you that were uninitiated, and rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. For those of you that came into the Black Manosphere through Kevin Samuels, I know at first it was funny, and then it just became sad, and then a bit depressing watching conversation after conversation after conversation that Kevin Samuels had with a wide array of black women who saw black men as nothing more than walking ATM machines, overglorified guard dogs, and a not so long lasting Rose toy. Not so effective and not so long lasting Rose toy. Huh? One the what Kevin did, it I don't think we can put it in words. What Kevin was able to accomplish speaking to black women over the span of about 2 years was arguably one of the most liberating things for black men in US history. Oh, Z, you did not say that. I did it. I said that. Black men needed to see unemployed black women working menial jobs, black women that are highly educated, black women that are highly accomplished, black women that are earning a significant amount of money, black women that are heavy set, black women with short hair, black women with long hair, black women that are slim, black women with a lot of experiences, black women with very few experiences, black women that have a high body count, black women that are practically virgins. Black men needed to see black women speak in their own voice to tell you what they thought of themselves, what they thought of black men, and what they thought of non black men. Uh oh. Huh? And it's okay to grieve that there was you pre Kevin Samuels channel and there's you post Kevin Samuels channel. Huh? It was okay before black men started interacting with each other on social media. The world was okay. And then black men started interacting with each other and interacting with black women on social media. Huh? Huh. Black men, you're going to have to let go of the idea that black women see you as black the way they're black. Huh? And I think that's going to be the one of the most difficult things for black men to come to terms with. that when you say black community and when black women say black community, y'all are saying two different things. Y'all are using the same words, but you do not mean the same thing she means. Huh? And it's okay to grieve that. And so the Black Uru, I say, thank you for saying that. I agree. I agree. It's okay for black men to admit that you're sad, that there's a feeling of loss, a feeling of grief, right? That you're struggling to come to terms with. Black women really mean what they're saying. Huh? It's okay to admit that you are seeing the hypocrisy for what it is. It's okay to admit, yes, your eyes are not lying to you. Huh? It's okay to admit that. And it's okay to admit, no, not black women are not 304s just because they want to be with white men. Black women are doing what they think is best for them. And that may or may not mean that she was out here or she is out here giving up the box to any old white man. She may or she may not be. But here's the important part. Black men, that's no longer your concern. It only matters when the justification has something to do with black men haven't done this or black men are this type of negative. Outside of that, whatever a black woman does with her box is none of your concern. And black women have made that painfully obvious to black men. And so, black men, take this bit of freedom that you have in America and exploit it. Use that to your benefit. If Kevin Samuels had a black woman, professional black woman, struggle to tell him that black women belong to black men, then believe her. Black women do not belong to black men. And let them know that. And you might want to make it painful sometimes. Oops. Huh? And for the feminists that would come around and say, no, no woman, that's possession. No woman belongs to no man. And you're right. You better don't ever struggle because I will step right over your dying ass body. Huh? If the world wants to be so predatory, particularly on black men, if the world sees black men as a battery that they get to use and then discard, if the world wants to be so harsh and cruel to black men, and if black women have decided that they will stand back and watch because it's no longer their concern, because their project, once again, is not about blackness, and to protect it and to reaffirm it, right? And to make sure that the kids are educated and have the resources. The project now is to be white women and to be treated like upper middle class, rich and elite white women. If black women have decided that it's okay to watch black men suffer, huh? Then I don't think that it's okay for black men to watch black women. So I don't think that we should encourage it. I think that we should be prepared for it. And for those of us that don't feel any obligation to black women, I don't think we should be shamed. Huh? Black men should not be shamed for reciprocating the same energy that the rest of the world is giving. Huh? The rest of the world is giving black men their ass to kiss. The rest of the world is being very hatefully indifferent to black men. Hateful indifference. Huh? And yet, no one else is going to drag America into what it said it is on paper. Oh, don't forget, Mr. Z said that. Huh? But if that means that black men are going to have to be that asshole anti-hero, so be it. Huh? So be it. So, to sum it up, I agree with Black Rule. Black women have shown you, if given the space, the time, the opportunity, and if released from the shackles of slavery and from the limitation of the Jim Crow era, their number one goal will be to be upper middle class and above white women, and to hell with everything else. And if black women have shown you that that is the number one political project that they're engaging in, then you need to admit that to yourself and move accordingly. Your eyes do not deceive you. Huh? Your eyes do not deceive you. And it's okay to feel betrayed because you are. You have been betrayed. Huh? And it's okay to go through the motions of emotions, the motions of emotions, and come out on the other side and get to work. Actually, you'll probably have to work through those emotions. It's okay to grieve what you thought black women were. And to Big Kev, I say once again, brother, I understand where you were coming from yesterday. Um, it's okay, bro. You have the green light to go through it. But black women, like what we can see from many women, particularly women of color, but black women and women writ large are showing you what we've said before. And shout out to all the feminists who told us differently, whether it was some insidious plot or not. If given the opportunity, women will practice seppuku on the society. If given the opportunity, they will sacrifice society for the lifestyle. Huh? If given the opportunity, they will be 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 deep on one really well-to-do man, or just be single if given the opportunity. Maybe not all women, but a significant amount. Huh? If given the opportunity. And I think black men are going to have to reconcile with that. Huh? Black men are going to have to reconcile with women writ large, but black women specifically, if given the opportunity, being okay with being wife number 37 with kid number 167 to Jeff Bezos, to Elon Musk. Huh? our society is struggling to come to terms with women's nature when women are liberated. Much of the rhetoric is some timey wisdom, old timey wisdom coming from a time when women weren't as liberated and when they didn't feel as liberated. That is a completely, if you listen to Steve Harvey or if you listen to some of these old heads, they do not appreciate, or they do, and they're lying to you to your face. They do not appreciate the dating scene now, what marriage means to women now, what childbearing means to women now, what a boyfriend means to a woman now, what a relationship means to a woman now. Does that mean that older women may not have thought these type of things or said these type of things in certain spaces? Yeah, they might have. Acting on it is a whole different type of conversation. And being encouraged to act on it, now that's a whole different type of conversation also. Black men, it's okay to feel a bit of sorrow, right? Because it is sobering. Hmm? It is a sobering feeling to realize all of this is for naught. Huh? And that others see you as a means to an end. And it is sobering to realize much of what you were told as a young black boy, as a young black man, was projection coming from mom, coming from aunt, coming from grandma. Huh? And the shaming language coming from older black men who thought it was best for you to be the tool of a black woman than be unalived because you're with a non-black woman. I get it. No, I get it. For his own safety, it's better he be a tool of a black woman than be unalived because he's holding hands with a white woman. I get it. And although that still is a thing, what we're seeing more and more is non-black men are willing to, excuse me, not non-black men, black men are willing to be jumped by those Latinos because this Latina likes him. And black men are willing to risk potentially being deleted by a white man or white men because this white woman likes him. Hmm? And black women no longer can dictate to you that you can't go. And we'll pause right here. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. And Buckeye fan says, and thank you for the super chat, the NFL is definitely trying to get people to forget about Colin Kaepernick. Kaepernick Lamar halftime show. That's why I think you want to say that's why I haven't watched since 2016. Yeah. Yeah. I don't watch football. I never really was a football fan. Right. So yeah. Man. Yeah, I'm not surprised by it. I mean, y'all already seen the NFL try to cover up stuff. We already know what the NFL is on, right? They colluded to block Colin Kaepernick out. We already know, right? Jay-Z with his the time of kneeling is over. That was Jay-Z's version of shut up and dribble. I know I'm not talking about the NBA, but that's Jay-Z's version of telling them brothers shut up and dribble. You know, kind of like Barack Obama did to the NBA during COVID. Oops. Oh, that was George Floyd. During COVID. Oops. Huh? So yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. I said black men are the foundation of all of this, right? That's what I meant. And if what you're saying is true, Buckeye fan, then the NFL realizes that. They try to keep the Negroes' eyeballs, right? They need y'all watching Fox Sports. They need y'all watching ESPN. They need y'all tuning in, huh? Because the last time that y'all weren't tuned in, police stations got burnt to the ground, huh? Don't ever let that get past y'all. There was nothing to watch like that with George Floyd. Yeah, there were distractions, but not enough. It wasn't enough distractions, and people were home, and so a city had to burn, right? So yeah, Buckeye fan, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. And Lion says, and thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. And Lion says, for clarification, it is the perception that most black women who are looking to date out are 304s. That is what white men perceive. Whether we think it's true or not is irrelevant. I would agree with that. I would agree that, and as a matter of fact, Shay went over this a few years ago, well, maybe like 3 years ago at this point. Um, no, maybe not 3 years ago, but almost. Um, um, there's studies on white men and how they see black women, right? Um, and it is the Jezebel, it is the firecracker, um, it is that. It is the quote unquote, and I find this term really offensive, the Aunt Jemima. It is that. White men really do categorize black women in those slots. They really do put them in those slots. The mammy, right? So it, um Shay posted this maybe a couple weeks at this point, maybe longer than that, about 2, 3 weeks ago at this point. The young white dude, and I've seen it before. The young white dude that was like, I tried to get into it. I've dated a black woman, but it's not really my thing. I find them objective. I'm paraphrasing, but he's like, essentially, I find them objectively beautiful for those of them that are, but not really my thing. And if I would be more lighter skinned Rihanna types, like black women know. I just want you to understand. Maybe when we trend younger, maybe they are actually under the illusion that white men would go is black women's loyalty, because I do think that some really believe that. I do think that some really believe that, and I think that age trends younger. But Chrissy knows better. Real Talk with Yanni knows better. Paris Milan knows better. Maybe if you're in your early 20s, maybe if you're a teenager, a young black girl, a young black woman, yeah, maybe you actually believe, right? It's black women's loyalty to black men that keeps black women from marrying out or finding that love outside of the black community, right? Maybe you truly believe that, but the crystalline Karazins of the world know better. She knows better. As a matter of fact, she was reading one time, um, something she tried to shame some white man. Something she was reading, and the white man was like in a full blown relationship with a black woman, and he said, "I can't see myself marrying her because I want white babies." And Crystal Carrison is reading this thing, and she was like, "But you care about the lady." The I'm I'm gonna go off on a tangent now, tangent Z, um, right? You know, watching Kristen Carrison do the whimsical "I can't believe this racist crap" thing, it's just, oh, it's enraging. It's enraging listening and watching Crystalline Kerosene do her best rendition of aloof white woman, right? Which she tried pulling on Obsidian when she was on Obsidian's channel, what, sometime last year. Huh? Watching Crystalline Kerosene, and she pulls this all the time. I can't believe. Shut up, lady. Right? And like, and it's not even just black men. You for those of us that recall, and Tariq was making such, it was so funny to Tariq, it was messed up really. The sister, like, she had this blinking you'll miss it ass role in Django. It was one of these sisters, and she was caught in some old beat up ass bins, um, doing some strains for some change with some white dude. I think that was her boyfriend. It wasn't really on some um, you know, streetwalker thing. But they were playing around, quote, air quotes, playing around in the car, and I think the cop rolled up on them, and she's the one who got in trouble, right? So first of all, that's okay, um, right? Um, but yeah, so she got in trouble, and she put on her best rendition of the Valley Girl voice. Oh my god, I didn't do anything. I'm gonna call my daddy. She really was talking like that. I'm not joking. And when it hit her, like all of that fake white privilege, that cop, no, you don't got no goddamn privilege, ma'am. That fake white Valley Girl, because y'all trying to denote that y'all have some type of class or you have some type of access. That cop, no, you don't, ma'am. He knows you don't. And when it hit her that none of that was working, is it because I'm black? Oh God. Uh, it's not even to laugh at the lady's misfortune, but Jesus Christ. And so, yeah, you do have people, and I'm tying that to what I'm saying before. You do have people, and y'all gives you 1 second, y'all talk amongst yourselves. And we're back, right? But I say all that to say, like, this fake Valley Girl voice thing, this, maybe if I act as if I have this class or this access, that I'll be okay. No, no, you won't. Need I remind you that the former first black president couldn't even defend his friend without having to capitulate to the white masses? Need I remind you? Huh? That wasn't 2 decades ago, not yet anyway. Huh? Need I remind you? So, no, everyone, no. You don't get to play these games. Black men, no. Huh? And shout out to who was it that said, oh, it was the professor that was on Black Girls Texting podcast. Um, I would disagree with her that black people know, essentially, I'm paraphrasing, black people know the weight of race, the weight of race, I'm paraphrasing, but black people think that if they just would honor gender, that they can kind of escape the pressures of race. And I would argue, yeah, no, black women, Black women, not black men, black women. Huh? I think that is but once again that's a PhD, so who am I? But I would argue it's black women that said, yeah, if I do my best rendition of privileged white woman, then the world will treat me as such. Then white men will treat me as such. Oops. And black men will have no choice but to see me as such. Hmm? And so we'll pause right here. And Lion says, and thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. And Lion says, for I read this already. I'm lying, about to read it again. But yeah, no, well, actually, you know what? For clarification, it is the perception that most black women who are looking to date out are 304s. That is what white men perceive. Yes. So the white men perception, yeah, no, yeah. So I went over the studies and everything like that. Yeah, yeah. And as a matter of fact, and I think I told this story before. Um, when Z was working in the law office, it has to be 2014 or 2013. So this is over a decade ago. But I was having this conversation with a white dude. He was a couple years younger than me at the time, and kind of gave you like suave Harry Potter vibes, like Harry Potter, but if Harry Potter was like suave, right? And so if Daniel Radcliffe, like he probably does care how he dresses in real life, but like a suave Daniel Radcliffe without the British accent, of course. Which is funny because he ended up going to law school in the UK, so that's funny as hell. But he American dude, and so we were having a conversation, um, and about he said something about black women, and it wasn't offensive yet. He said something, and I so I just gave him a little tidbit. I was like, "Oh yeah, well, no, but black women be looking at white dudes like 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 they think some of y'all are kind of secretly LGBTQ and whatever, whatever." He was like, "Yeah, they got to say that to themselves, but they can get us." And when he he said that, so that's I want you to understand. That's not even how he talks, right? He said it so casually, right? There wasn't any type of anger or frustration or annoyance on his face. He said it so casually, essentially saying, "Yeah, black women gotta think that white men are softer or whatever because they can't get us." They're, in other words, they're telling themselves whatever they need to tell themselves because they know they can't get us. And the casualness of how he said it was, I was like, and it was me, him, and another white dude because we had just went to lunch break, and we're walking back to the building, and when I tell you, this wasn't even that. He's not like an aggressive white dude. He's not a mean white. This is not one of those guys, right? He's not all in the mix of black culture and none of that. Just standard issue white dude that cares how he dress, right? Who is now a lawyer, right? And he said it so casually. So I was having a conversation with his sister after that, and I told her what he said, and she was like, "Yeah." And it's crazy. She was like, "Yeah, to tell you the truth, Z, I kind of think the same thing, right?" So I think it's okay for black men to admit how they feel and what they're experiencing and what it's like especially for those of us online. Maybe sometimes you gotta remind yourself that not not everyone is interacting with social media the way you are, and they're not all in the know. They may think these things. They may even occasionally say something similar to what we say in these spaces, but they're not all in the mix, right? I think it's okay for black men to admit, those of us obviously on the internet, that what we've seen coming from black women over the past few years on social media has made our stomach churn. I think it's okay to admit that some of us were taken back by watching black women celebrate Kobe Bryant's death. I think some of us we have to come to terms with, yes, those were real black women. Shout out to the breakdown of women's perspective. Yes, those were real black women twerking on Kevin Samuel's grave. Huh? Huh. I think it's okay to you know to admit that, hey, there's a bit of trauma there. And so, and let me kind of go into the links that I posted. If you notice, there's a theme with all the links I posted. There's a theme. The brain is processing emotional pain similar, or but some of them say similar, some of them say the same. That's neither here nor there. But the brain processes emotional pain in similar ways to how it processes physical pain, in the same type of region of the brain as it processes physical pain. So, and also, I put that up not just to speak about black men, but to speak about black women. I've said it multiple times, and shout out to the Roger Report, and shout out to Black Uru. They've been hearing Z say this forever, and BGS. That sister that you didn't walk up to, but you walked up to her friend right next to her, you might as well have punched her in the face and say, "You ugly, big lip, big nose, stanky breath, ape looking," like all of the most racist, sexist, epithets humanly possible that you could fling at a woman, namely a black woman. You might as well have did that to her, right? Huh? You might as well have said that, because especially, light skinned women do feel a certain way if you walk up to their dark skinned sister, because they think that you're gonna walk up to them. They do look like, oh, wait a minute. But if she's a dark skinned sister and you walk up to the light skin, oh, might as well say it because she's thinking it, right? Jokes, all of the Negro naps, and Negro is not the word I want to use. You might as well say it because in her mind you did. Huh? And you walk up to the Rihanna looking chick, or the, what's her name, Paula Patton looking young lady, or you walk up to the Beyonce looking young lady, right? And an insecure Kelly Rowland is standing next to her. I'm not saying Kelly Rowland is insecure. I'm saying a sister that look like her, but is feel a certain way, is standing next to her. Huh? A Keisha from Belly, who may feel a certain way, is standing next to her. Huh? You might as well tell that young lady, "Oh yeah, I didn't choose you because you're dark and ugly, and your lips is black, and your gums is black." Right? You might as well. So Z is back. Yo, I'm back. I'm back. Right. And thank you, Line, for that. You might as well tell them that I'm not talking to you because your gums is black and your lips is black. You might as well. Huh? You might as well. And so let's pause right here. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. And KMS is, and thank you for the super chat. KMS is, my mom is a fire breathing gynocrat who told me God cursed her by not making her a man. Wow. She told me you got the weekend to cry. Come Monday, have a plan, cause no one because no one cares about you. Harsh words that serve me well. Hey. And are you not a successful black man, KMS? I'm just saying. Huh? Wow. Hmm. Okay, I'm going through y'all comments now. I had to get that out earlier. I was looking up and down from the comments at the comments because I really had to, focus, and that's why you see I was reading you guys' comments sparingly. Um, no, I think what Black Uru said there was important. It was important to say it's okay for black men to say they feel a certain way. And Mr. Z does feel a certain way, right? Or some type of way. Once again, rest in peace, Rich Homie Quan. It it it's okay. Mr. Z does feel a certain type of way of foreseeing black women speak about black men so negatively and feel justified in doing it because there will be no repercussions. They know it, we know it. Not in the short term anyway. Huh? Huh. So yes, Mr. Z does, right? So my title is fitting in my feelings. Huh. So and KMS, yeah, your mom, yeah, she's right. There's things we just got to get over. You just got to get over it, right? You got to get over it because that's the name of the game. You will not be able to move forward, right? And no one cares. And so the thumbnail that I have up shows a brother on a laptop and he's face palming and he looks kind of down. And yeah, black men reading the comments of black women online. Huh? Black men reading the comments of black women online. Black men coming to terms with how black women think and feel about them. Or, this is equally as bad, black women trolling black men with some of the most Nazi language humanly possible as a joke. I don't know which one is worse. Huh? So the thumbnail kind of speaks to that also, the being in your feelings, right? So I'm gonna let y'all up. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. And yeah, because yeah, let's do that. And they're gonna link for you guys. And y'all gives you a second. I'm gonna mute up for a second. Y'all talk amongst yourselves, and as y'all come up, I'll let y'all up. And all right, everyone. What's going on, better you?
Nothing much. How you doing today, brother?
Good, good. Is it a bedtime ministries? Bedside
Oh,
ministries, better yet.
Oh, hold on a second. I'm echoing. Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you perfect.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, everything's going good today, man. I finally got the workout in. Just great day. But
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up.
I I think this is a great breakdown because there does come a point where you have to accept how the world views you, how it treats you, and kind of to KMS's point, like, hey, it's okay to acknowledge your feelings, to grieve certain things, but ultimately we all have to move forward. And that's really, I know I've said this a few times, that black men are like the new modern day Spartans. That's really why, in my opinion, because nobody really gives a fuck about us. And when you don't give a fuck about somebody, when you don't have a hand in their success, they're untethered to you. There's a freedom and independence that comes along with that, which also seemingly is despised.
I would agree. I can't, was it Obsidian? Somebody said we're like a group of Mandalorians. It might have been Obsidian or it might have been BGS, but I agree with that.
Okay,
I agree
so
with that.
what was just said? Sorry. Good afternoon, everybody. How's everybody doing?
What's going on, Dre? It's been a while. I thought you was mad at me because your boy Drake lost. Go ahead.
Nah, bro. Like it's all love. It's just certain people that be coming around your channel. Like I don't fuck with. So, but yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You was talking. You stopped. You stopped in the middle. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was saying like certain people that be coming around. I don't fuck with. But nah, bro. Like, come on, don't bring up Drake. Drake didn't lose. Come on, man.
Hey, bro, you go ahead and pick that man teeth up off the ground, bro. Stop it. Stop it. that nigga had to bite the curb.
I'm just saying, who was that? Like, I'm just saying, Rick Ross tried to come play not like us, and like, look what happened to him.
That kind of doesn't count. Nobody cared. We didn't care to see a bunch of lame ass Canadians jump Rick Ross or try to jump Rick Ross.
So who was that other nigga that also came through that was also signed to fucking like TDE or whatever the fuck they're called? That tried
Oh,
to
I didn't
come
know.
through
I
and
didn't know about that. I didn't know there was
yeah,
something.
like he tried to come through and do a show and like yeah, he was told like.
So let me get this right. Canada that struggles to produce rappers worth a damn is beating up rappers from America worth a damn.
Ooh.
Are y'all sure this is the road y'all want to go down? It's not smart. You wait a minute. Let me get this right. Let's beat up the niggas that would connect us with the niggas that make money.
Like I'm not 100% sure, but it
Wait
was
a
one of
minute.
them niggas that was signed to TDE that like was also trying to come down. He was whining on social media. He was like, "Oh, Drake blocked me from coming to Canada." Like he whining like a motherfucker. Like I don't remember his name.
I don't know if Drake got that type of pull. He might, but I don't know. It's possible, but I don't know.
That's extreme pettiness if it's true. I'm like, really, bro? We gonna block people from coming? You're not allowed here, really?
Duh, he's a freaking man. He's still a small hat at the end of the day. Y'all know how they be moving.
Well, I'm just saying, even when he was beefing Pusha, like he came down and like some shit popped off when he was performing out here.
Yeah. I'm not like at the end of the day, I think his money because apparently like he ain't doing the numbers he used to. He was already like kind of waning because y'all gotta remember like Drake been making music for goddamn he been a figure in pop culture for what 15 plus years. So yeah, it was time. It was about that time. It's about that
Well,
time.
Happens to
with
everybody.
like
Mhm.
Happens
Yeah.
to everybody. Happened to Ja Rule too.
Ooh.
No, don't do that. Ja Rule got kicked.
Ooh.
Ja Rule got beat up worse than Drake. That was
Yeah,
worse.
but the messed up part is, yeah, it was worse. Yeah, it was worse. But I
well,
mean, the thing about Ja Rule is that a lot of people were still feeling Ja Rule at the time. It's not like it wasn't like Drake. I mean, it,
Put it
yeah.
this way: nobody's ashamed to play Drake's music and gotta listen it to in their car with the volume low. You had to listen to Ja Rule with your volume low.
Yeah,
Make sure
after a
nobody
while,
else
yeah.
here.
can we quickly just like acknowledge this? Like comparing Kendrick to Ja Rule and like his entourage, that's nasty work, bro.
Nah, we're just talking about the amount of the beef because at the time when 50 and Ja Rule were beefing, that was like the highlight of hip hop beef. It was.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was. That was a huge time. That was a huge time when that was
Shout
happening.
out,
Then
shout out to
especially when
Boondocks and
Eminem got
Thugger Love.
involved. Especially when Eminem got involved, and then like if you got
Yep.
50 Eminem and Busta Rhymes of all people,
Yep.
Don't
like
forget,
Yep.
don't forget, don't forget if you remember, when Obi Trice, dropped his album. Remember he had that song called, "What You Gonna Do."
I don't. Wait. Let
Yeah.
Lion finish with that. But yeah, no. And so whenever I think of the Ja Rule and 50 beef, I still think of Boondocks. I still think of
yeah,
Boondocks
yo,
with the
that's
Thugger
funny. Oh,
Love
you
stuff.
messed work him out, work
Right?
his
I
ass.
got shot.
Them
I got
niggas
shot.
is swapping. Them niggas swapping spit.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
no,
that's
no. Wait. You
weird,
forget the other one.
Yep.
extra
Remember.
weird.
Remember when him and the other dude who looked like ODB, they got into their shit
Oh,
at the
oh,
beginning of the
okay.
That
episode.
No.
Just
No,
real quick, because
And by the way, somebody's
um,
background is like echoing weird or something like that. I don't know what's going on. Yeah.
yeah, somebody has some
nah.
shit going on. I don't know if it's me.
Hmm.
My bad if it is, but yeah,
Go ahead.
I was catching.
Hello,
Is it me? Yeah. No, you went out for a second, Dre. That might have been you.
Sorry,
really?
my connection's not the best, but yeah, I was checking out Angerman's breakdown of the whole fucking yeah. Yeah, I was checking out Angerman's like breakdown of his breakdown of the Dame Dash thing.
Oh, I don't know much of it. So if anybody want to like send me some
Well,
stuff or yeah.
well, basically Dame Dash was like he was beefing with 50 and he was doing the break like he was beefing with 50
Oh,
and
when the
he was
teeth flew
calling
out.
50.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
So
Y'all need to stop
so
giving. I don't know when. Well, I think the biggest L 50 took was that he didn't crush Rick Ross's career, and so that's really not an L. That's not. I don't. Did 50 ever really get an L in his career?
Not
I
really.
would think
No.
I think the actual L that the one L that 50 did take was when he tried to make that bet. He was releasing his third album and he was pacing that
Oh yeah,
he was doing
Kanye.
a competition
With Kanye's.
with Kanye
Yeah.
West.
Yeah. No, he took an L. Now
Graduation.
you messed with the wrong generation of Kanye.
Yeah, that was when people were loving the hell out of
Yeah.
Kanye
Well,
when he was
so what?
releasing Graduation and Kanye
Exactly.
crushed
So
them in sales.
you
Kanye
know what?
really
Because
crushed them.
50 didn't put his finger to the wind and realize that gangster rap was still here, but you were pretty much the end of New York gangster rap. And what Kanye was ushering in with backpack rap and with like kind of this different type of hip hop, that was the wave. 50
Yeah,
misread the moment.
yeah,
So I can
yeah. He
understand
did.
why he just misread the moment.
Well,
But
I
that
mean,
yeah,
at the
that was an
time,
L. Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one line. That was a good one. Yeah.
I
Was it
remember
really
that
though?
because
It's
at the
even still
time
successful.
I was working at a record store at the time. So I mean,
Ooh, so you got to see it.
so I got to see. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I bought both albums.
Hmm.
I bought them both. But yeah, that's how I remember that time distinctly because I was working at a major record store at the time. So yeah, I saw when people were
Hey, Lion, you
snatching
want to
up that
explain to the
Kanye West
Generation
album.
Z what a record store is? I'm joking with y'all, Generation Z. Go.
La la
Yeah,
la la. Wait till I get my money right.
Hey, Lion, you realize we was born in the 1900s, so we might
yeah,
have to explain.
yeah.
Mrs. Z, you gotta stop acting like you ain't a millennial too, fam.
I am. I said we were
He
born in
is
the
a millennial.
1900s.
Yeah,
I said we. I own it. I'm
We were
definitely not
born
gonna
the
be that.
last
I'm not gonna
millennial.
be that old guy. First of all, I don't have hair, but I'm definitely not gonna be the old guy putting fucking Beijing on my fucking hair. That shit great.
I
Because
ain't
for a
gonna lie,
second,
that hurt a little bit just now, bro.
because
Right?
for a second, you would sound like one of them back in my day type niggas. Like,
No. I'm definitely gonna be back in my day. Oh, I'm gonna be one of them. Oh, you better believe it.
Wait.
You
Would you be
better
also rocking
believe
just
it.
for men? Would you also be rocking just for men by
For
then?
my beard, it depends on how my beard grays, whether I'll color it or not. It hasn't started graying yet. It
Hey,
depends.
but
listen, I'm gonna be
You sure?
yeah,
Yeah.
like
hey, listen, I'm gonna be
I
back in
wasn't.
my day when it comes to like video games and stuff. Be like back in my day, when video games were released, we didn't have to worry about
Back when Final Fantasy,
microtransactions.
y'all don't know nothing about this Final Fantasy 7.
Nah, we can
Exactly.
talk hell. We can talk about internet. It's like I remember a time when you had to
Dial-up.
get off the internet to take a phone call.
I
Exactly.
remember
Hey, I need to get
dial-up.
off the internet. I gotta make a phone call.
Shit,
Yeah, like
that
Right.
dial-up
yeah,
sound.
like
I will tell you something. That dial-up sound, especially for those listening through, we remember that sound, especially when we were trying to make a long-distance phone call. We were calling out to another area code in another country and some shit. Same dial
Oh.
sounds we're hearing.
Train
Or
tracks.
here's the thing. Me and my cousin had a scheme. Like when we cut school, right? We would act like we logged on. We would act like we logged on and accidentally left it on the night before. So truancy so the school didn't call the house to like to let our parents know that.
Oh,
Slick.
Like
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm just saying, you back in my day, niggas be like, I had to walk to school in the cold, uphill both ways.
I know Drain talking. What did back in my day look like in Canada?
I'm
Back,
talking about
back when we was drinking syrup straight from the tree.
I'm from the era where you was sitting in front of your TV when you knew it was gonna snow and you was hoping your county got
Your school,
mentioned, the
yeah,
school being
yeah.
closed.
Got snowed in and
Well,
everything.
Nah,
Sitting
that
there
wasn't
praying.
us in South Florida. In South Florida, you was hoping like you wanted the hurricane to hit. You just didn't want it
Yep.
to rip up the neighborhood, so that
Yeah.
you didn't have to go to school for a few days.
No,
Yeah.
Right?
no, listen,
That's how we were in
like
South
I
Florida.
remember that too. Yeah, like I said, you used to watch the bottom of the screen almost like an NFL draft day board, like
Yep.
waiting
Waiting for your county to get
your county to
mentioned.
be called off. Yep.
Waiting for your county to get mentioned. You're like, all right, come on, baby. And
Hey,
especially
bro.
if it was in alphabetical order. So say your county was like a K or like later in the alphabet, like your shit was
You
like
had to
a
wait.
L or something. So you sitting there waiting.
well,
Yeah.
the reason why I was bringing up the Dame Dash thing is like, because I was watching it because I've seen a lot of people like that was talking about the Dame Dash incident, right? And Angry Man was covering it, but then he went in on the 50 and Ja Rule beef thing. And he was going into like great detail, which I didn't expect. So I thought he was just talking about Dame Dash, but yeah, it is quite similar, like the way he was phrasing it.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't see the issue. I mean, I just watched the short when 50 said what he said, and I was like, how's that a diss? I mean, like he gave me $1 million and like $50.
Well, the way the Angry Man was breaking it down was that fucking basically Dame Dash was just like 50 was like, I got signed by fucking Eminem or Dr. Dre. Like, sorry if I'm fucking this up, but yeah, like like he stated this, and Dame Dash was just like, yeah, like you got a mill that ain't shit. And 50 was just like, yeah, he
Yeah, I
told
saw
me
that.
but he's like, he told me that, but look at him now. He fucked up. He fucked up in the game. And then Dame Dash was like trying to respond, and this nigga's teeth fell out while he was responding.
I saw that.
I saw it.
that short. Yeah,
What do you
check
mean?
that
What,
short.
like,
That shit was
you got
hilarious.
dentures?
Yeah,
Yeah.
his teeth, and apparently he had surgery on. He had the teeth surgery how long ago? Like forever ago. And yeah, so yeah.
Wait, who
Yeah,
had
it just
dental
fell
surgery?
out.
Wait. I'm a little confused. Who had dental surgery, first of all?
It was
Dame Dash.
Dame Dash.
Dame Dash. So Dame had
Let
dentures
me
prior to
read this real quick. Let me read this real quick because I'm about to jump on the expressway. And Detroit says, and thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe to the super chat. And Detroit says that is why Thanos and Darkseid should be present for a reason. We need the black pill. We need the black pill. Yeah, definitely black the black pill. The people that's willing to Thanos snap half the population to save all of us. Right.
Well, we
Yeah,
had this
definitely.
conversation yesterday, like over on AB. It's just like I was like, we had the conversation like who's gonna win, Darkseid or Thanos, and Darkseid he's winning that fight.
Yeah, I
Even
definitely
Charles
think it's
stepped
Darkseid.
in, like he confirmed that. He was asked, and he confirmed that Darkseid's winning that fight.
So what was it confirmed? Like you think? Well, I mean, they're both relatively the same. I mean, Thanos has no projection. I can't believe I'm going. Nah, I don't want to go into the comic book bag. I don't want to do it.
Don't do that
I
before
wanted to ask
Charles
a
or
question,
before
actually,
Charles or
within
Artisan
Marvel.
pop up.
Well, I'm about to hop over on Artisans out. He didn't go live when he's supposed to, but
Wait a
I'm
minute.
about to hop over
Z.
What's up?
First of all, why are we dumping on Dre like he's a zoomer? This guy's a second half millennial like us.
True. True. What year were you born for real, Dre?
Word.
Look, he already
Dre?
left.
No,
I
Better
made
not
that
be no
joke,
two in there.
right?
he was born in the 90s. He was born in the early 90s. 93,
Oh,
wasn't
okay.
it?
Okay.
Yeah, he on
93.
latter. Yeah, he on a later.
Yeah,
Yeah,
He's our that's our little brother. He's our baby brother.
yeah.
Nah,
yeah.
nah,
Still
nigga. Like,
millennial.
I mean, like some older niggas call me big homie, but they weren't doing what they needed to do. That's the reason why. But yeah, like I did grow up around like fucking older millennial gangsters and boomers and shit. So I've been around.
Okay.
I got you.
But yeah, like
That's cool.
yeah, the reason why I brought that up was for that the Dame Dash thing. Like the point kind of got lost. Like we're having a conversation, so it is what it is. But yeah, the only reason why it really hopped up was when you were talking about the Rich Homie Quan thing. It's like as much as I want to say RIP to the dude, it's like, bro, you popping pills, like you shouldn't be doing that goofy shit in the first place. Because the way I was raised is like like you got your bottle of Henny or whatever you're drinking, and you got a blunt. So like, I mean, if you chose to do pills, that's on you, bro.
What exactly?
It's true, but you still honor the person. For me, it's like it's the same thing with Gangsta Boo, right? Like you still honor the person. You realize, they might not have, they shouldn't have been doing what they were doing, but they're still no longer here, and so you're honoring their memory, not maybe the reckless thing they did to delete them.
Or
And
Pimp C for that matter.
Well,
Pimp
and
C,
much
for example.
yes,
yeah, he OD'd as well.
Oh no! It was not just OD.
name it. Don't lose the point. You're getting too much into details. We're not trying to go that much into minutia.
Okay. I'm not losing the point, man. I just want to set the record straight. That's all.
Well, I'm just saying it's like much respect to Z for bringing that up, because like a lot of people haven't mentioned the fact that like he passed, right? Like Angry Man did it. Fucking some other people mentioned it as well. Not a lot of people mentioned that he passed, like, because when like somebody mentioned that like fucking Young Thug is probably going through it right now.
I've seen pictures of Blueface recently.
Z, you're Borgen.
I just seen that.
You're Borgen.
Yeah, you Borgen, Z.
He's Borgen, Z.
You Borgen hard, man. It's like you're trying to do an imitation of Roger Troutman without.
Can you guys hear me better now?
You're clear now.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. Can you guys hear me better now?
Yeah,
we got
I
you.
was saying I've seen a recent picture of Blueface, and I was like, God damn, like because he's in prison or jail right now too, and you just see the headshot pause, but yeah, you could tell that he gained weight like a mug.
Yeah, I seen Blueface mugshot. I was like, yeah, I don't know
So
what's going on.
yeah.
Did it just get quiet in here?
Yeah, it did. I think someone was talking and got cut off.
Yeah. Well, anyways, guys, I just want to come up on the panel right quick. Thanks for clarifying what I'm saying line yesterday on the panel, because I'm like, I don't see how what I said got lost in translation. But but anyways, Mr. Z, again, thanks for having me on. I'm gonna finish watching these games today.
No, always. No, I'm actually glad that because what you did, you literally gave me my next video. So this whole live is because of you and Black Guru and BTS's interaction. And you saying that was needed, and like Black Uru saying what he said was needed too, because I do think that we need to give brothers the space to at least, if they can't do it here, then there's no other place where they could do it, to vent and to say, I do feel a certain way about this.
Well, again, I'm not gonna get mad at dudes for feeling a certain way. I'm saying it as a fact. I'm not saying it's because again, I mean, for a lot of brothers, it does hurt your feelings. You know what I mean? Learning the truth, man. But it's like on the backside of that, it's like, how can I put this? We were always taught that that we're so used to being blamed for other people's like fuck ups and stuff like that. That when people tell us like, yeah, literally, like it's not your fault. Like we don't know how to process it, because it's John Henryism and the alpha your way through it, and if you was a real man, you would step up and lead and all that other bullshit. Yeah, like if that's the reason why it hurts dudes' feelings, because I think a lot of dudes want to take accountability for things that they don't control, because at
Yes.
least they can say, oh, but my masculinity though, instead of
Yeah.
realizing like that was sold to you by a bunch of people, especially racist white people that don't even live up to that standard of masculinity themselves.
Yep.
Yep.
Absolutely.
You see it
You know,
now.
Absolutely.
You see
exactly.
it. You see it.
I'm
You see
like,
it. You see it now. But yeah. But
yeah,
that's why I gave the clarification, because me and Kev had to talk in private, and it was like, nah, it's just simply the perception. Whether we think it's true or not is irrelevant. And honestly, as
right,
far as their relationship, they don't care what we think. We're black men. They
Yep.
didn't care what
Yep.
we thought
Yep.
when
Yep.
loving. They didn't care what we thought when loving Virginia was going down. Why would they
Yep.
care now?
exactly, exactly, right.
They
That's
still
what I
don't
was
care.
trying to say.
But the gamble they made didn't work. They
Yeah.
were
Exactly,
gambling that the white men were going to pick them up, and they didn't. What
Exactly.
actually happened was the white women were like, "Oops, I'll take them."
Yep.
exactly.
Pretty much. But
You
that's
gambled wrong.
yeah. You thought. You thought.
Right. Exactly right. Hey, ain't that a black woman phrase for your ass? You
You,
thought? Okay,
you
you're right.
thought.
Yes,
Who
exactly.
remembers?
Yep.
I mean, who remembers BGS had posted this clip a few years ago? It was an interview of James Earl Jones with his then wife
Oh yeah,
at the time.
Yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah. The
remember
white
that
woman. Yeah,
video.
yeah. I remember that. Yep, yep, yep.
Yeah,
His wife was a white woman, was a redhead, and they were talking about, and Jones was talking about, he didn't despise black women. He just like, black women have every right to do what they want to do, and I have the right to do what I want. I
They
got
don't want to
every
let
right
go of
to.
the rolling pin.
they didn't want to let it
That's what
go.
really stood. That's what stood out. That is the most crucial part of the conversation. I've said this before,
Yeah.
right? And when it really hit me, what black women meant by calling us sexist, that's when you're like, oh, you're using the word, but what you're really saying is it's sexist that black men won't submit to your leadership. What
See
you're
right there.
actually
Right,
exactly like
exactly.
what black women are calling sexist is that niggas won't protect, provide, and shut up. We won't submit to their leadership. We instead of submitting to their leadership, we like um we Homer Simpson meme our way back into the bushes, right? Back into the hedge.
No,
Instead
Exactly.
of
no,
Well,
Yeah.
right?
no.
I just want to say two things real quick. To what Black Guru just said. Yeah. Yes. I did hear that the concept of Thanos was stolen, but I also heard that like the dude that invented Thanos was he was on a lot of fucking like drugs and shit. Like he was wild.
Mm.
But
And Detroit,
but
thank you once
also
again for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat.
Yeah. Oh, before we
what
continue this conversation, you did mention
what
loving, right? Oh, you're not done, Dre? Or are you still talking?
well I said I had a second part, so I just wanted to finish
Okay,
the
bring it
second
in.
part off.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
so yeah, the whole I mean you mentioned it a bit on your last stream. Like AB has been cooking about this. The whole Roland Man Buns Martin.
Roly poly.
Yeah.
Well, no. He's Man Buns Martin now, or Butt Cheeks Martin. Whatever you want to call
Yeah,
it.
that too.
Well, at least now we know why he stutters. But go ahead.
Like Porky
Yeah,
Pig.
because I told AB because like AB been saying like the beep 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 thing, and I was like to hear that beeping, that's typically when you're backing up a car, right? So I don't know, maybe.
What y'all said? Roland
I'm just
Martin used to
saying.
back it up. Y'all gotta stop it. Stop. Look, stop. Y'all gotta stop.
I gotta say
Be-
this
Go ahead.
because technically him and I frat, but
Oh, go ahead. Look.
for the moment I saw him, I was like, yeah, that one right there. There's a whole lot of zest there, and I ain't talking about that soap.
Uh-oh.
I prefer Irish Spring for that reason. But anyway,
Oh, man.
Irish Spring soap,
Hey, listen, Dr. Squatch's soap is pretty good too. If you can afford it, yeah, it's actually pretty good.
By the way, is it free of sodium lauryl sulfate? By the way,
I don't know, because I don't necessarily look at the label. I just like the scents that they have. You know what I mean?
yeah, I know what
But
you mean. I mean
yes.
because there's some of us
Big
who have
Kev
like
over here taking scented showers and shit.
Hey.
You know I did that. Let me say this. You know I did that. Y'all ever seen? It's a channel, and the brother always does this where he's like, black people make fun of the weirdest shit, and it'll be anything we'll joke on. Be like, this nigga's actually walking, and it'll be like, and then everybody will start laughing. But like, this nigga actually took a shower after 5 days. So the niggas I start laughing. So I just wanted to fuck with Big Kevin say that shit over here.
Oh
taking
yeah,
synthesized.
I was about to say, yeah. Anybody that tries to make fun of me for taking a shower, I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, yeah, you would get roasted back. I'm like, hey nigga, don't get mad at me because your ass is musty, dog. Like, nah.
Right.
You know what I'm
Out here smelling like
Right.
7 days.
Yeah,
Right,
like
right.
D with his nappy ass beard.
Yeah.
Right.
Man, you shit nappier than my
smelling
head. My head used to
smelling
be.
like
Shit.
smelling like fucking unwashed elephant ears and some shit like that. No, bro.
Like, man, you smell like shit. No, motherfucker, you smell like shit.
Right.
No. Jamie Foxx. I might need security. Remember when when he touched down in Africa? He's standing next to the African dude, and he's got all his cologne on, right? And they look at each other, try to figure out who the hell's stinking. What did that smell?
Telescope is over here being a whole comedian in the comments. He said, ad slogan, "You're not fully clean till your zest fully clean."
I remember that ad.
Oh no!
We're talking about
Y'all better leave
what we
Roland Martin
talking.
alone, because if Kamala become president and she give Martin a head nod on something, that nigga coming for everybody.
Shit, I remember there was a. This is in the early 2000s. I remember, like, you know, there was a company back home in Eritrea. They had like these scented soaps, you know, fruity flavor and shit, kind of like zest and whatnot. Funny ass shit. I mean, it smelled like, leave you smelling like Kool-Aid and shit. So I was like, I ain't fucking with that. I ain't fucking with that. But it was. I'd rather take that old hard soap that's gonna leave me with my skin dry because, you know, I'm sensitive. I got
Right, he's like, listen, man, like, I just need soap that gets the job done. That's all.
Man, but you from the fucking desert. Of course you're used to having your skin dry.
I'm from the Highlands originally, but I was born and raised in the desert. Yes, so I am.
What islands?
No.
Hey, remember, this is a perfectly good time to waste your life. No, this is a perfectly good time for you to flame. Nigga, you from the islands.
No, you're from the islands. I'm from the Highlands. I said Highlands.
Oh,
Highlands. What you said. I'm saying you could have set that up nice.
Yeah, I'm from the Highlands of East Africa, man. The East African Rift Valley, motherfucker. But I was born in the Arabian Peninsula. Born and raised. So yeah.
Look, I got jokes for like every region on planet Earth practically. I could flame better you about North Carolina and South Carolina because Geechee niggas, damn, they're Bahamians. The same difference. I got jokes for everybody. Everybody in every region.
So you can flame motherfuckers worse than a chick who gets somebody a chlamydia. Is that what you're trying to say?
I don't know about that. That's pretty bad.
Oh.
Alexa, play Cameron's skit on Fire Tonight, please. For any of us millennials that remember that skit.
No.
Jones and his wife.
Scratch that.
Literally scratch that, right? Literally scratch that. Go ahead.
Yeah, scratch that. But who remembers Jamie Foxx on Deaf Poetry? He came in wearing some Ethiopian garbs, and he started doing the Fazizzle Manizzle, and they said, "My second poem, I go to the free clinic." And the poem is basically him saying, "It burns."
No, I don't remember that. But my,
you gotta find it's on YouTube. Check it on YouTube.
My favorite part of my favorite stuff from Jamie playing the piano and still being funny because this nigga's like super multi-talented. I still don't think he get enough of his flowers.
Security? You mean I might need security?
That's the one where he played the Luther and he played Brady Bunch. Yep. So
it was Babyface, Luther, because I remember I had the DVD, and then at the end he's like, "Well, what if it was Prince?"
Women better never say anything about anything because Prince was out here with assless chaps and he was a little nigga and them hoes was still giving him vagina. I get it.
Not only that, like Jamie said,
and Jamie made fun of it too.
No, Jamie and also I remember Arnez Jez confirmed this with his experience, his experience interacting with Prince. They looked in the motherfucker's eyes.
Yep.
I remember.
I sent you the clip of Arnez J. What he said what happened. He ended up going on tour with Prince.
It's crazy.
Because Prince called up one time. He said, "Excuse me, can I talk to Arnez?" Who this? It's the artist. Who? Prince? Tell me it's Prince. Yeah, like he didn't believe it was Prince. He's like, then Prince, all he had to go was like, well,
Spain
it's
man
like,
said, Z, what about Tennessee? Tennessee is a cowboy hat. Wait a
Wow.
minute, that don't make no sense. Tennessee is a cowboy hat. Why did Z say Tennessee is a cowboy hat?
please
I'll wait.
explain. Explain,
Country
explain.
music. Nashville.
That's Nashville. Nashville, but
Yeah.
Memphis
Yeah.
is rock and roll.
No, Memphis is Juicy J. Fuck
Juicy
rock
J,
and roll.
and but before
Juicy
that,
J. Memphis is
yeah.
Juicy J.
Yeah, Juicy J. What's his name? DJ Paul. But before that, who
True.
made Memphis big? It was Elvis with Graceland and everything. Remember?
Look,
am I wrong for saying that?
Willie D and Trick Daddy have something to say about Elvis. Actually, we all got something to say about Elvis. But yeah.
Yeah, I know. Somebody was a friend of mine was asking me about. He saw the Elvis movie recently and asked some questions that they clarified some shit for him. But yeah.
What VA Virginia, like Virginia or West Virginia? Virginia is the suburbs of DC, and God damn Z, I know. And West Virginia is the outhouse of DC. God damn Z.
What that make Maryland?
Charles.
All right.
Well, of course, you low key hating on him, but of course, we all know you eventually gonna have to move to Maryland because your home state is about to be submerged.
That is called Maryland is rainbow as hell. I don't care what Charles say.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It's called Maryland. What you so merry about?
Z got state jokes, huh?
I got state jokes. I don't know if I have city jokes. Not some of the cities I don't know, obviously. Like if you're in BFE anywhere, I'm gonna just say you from BFE anywhere, and why are you talking? You don't count. BFE? It's so messed up. BFE, but fuck Egypt. It's another way. It's like a slang backwards way of saying like the middle of nowhere.
You gonna have to start
BFE is like another way of saying like butt fuck nowhere.
Leave Egypt out of this. Hell, at least you're not saying butt fuck Sudan or some shit like that.
Yeah, I got jokes for Sudan.
Don't talk about Myron like that, man.
Right? Ooh.
Oh no!
Sudan is southern Egypt. Wait. It depends on wait, Naima. It depends on who I'm joking on. If I'm trying to make fun of an Egyptian, I'll say Sudan is northern Egypt. If you get my drift, you know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying. But if I'm making fun of a Sudanese, I'll say Sudan is southern Egypt. It depends. It depends on who I'm talking to and who I'm trying to make fun of.
Yeah, well,
because you can hit both of them motherfuckers with that shit. Go ahead.
Oh, I know. Just like you could probably say some shit about Eritrea is coastal Ethiopia, and then
no. I was gonna say Eritrea. You mean Ethiopia? I was just gonna keep on saying it over and over again. Every time you say Eritrea, I'll be like, "What do you mean Ethiopia?"
Yeah, and by the way, you understand? You should never pick a fight with one of us because that forehead comes in handy.
It's like calling a Korean Japanese.
Headbutt to the mouth.
Look, I got jokes.
Spitting out teeth.
If you from Panama, I'll be like Colombia. No, I'm from Panama. You mean Colombia?
And then the Colombians stomped your ass.
I'm from Panama. You mean Colombia with the canal?
Wait a minute. Haiti, what is that? Is that French Dominica?
If I wasn't Haitian, I would just be like, you mean the darker Dominicans?
Yeah, French Dominican, the Franco Dominicans.
If I want to make fun of Dominicans, I'd be like, the
Spanish speaking.
You mean exactly? You Spanish speaking Haitians? You mean those? I got jokes. Look, I got jokes. Your
mom's Bahamian, right?
Yes, born and raised, but by way of Haiti. Like my grandparents on her side are Haitian, and my mom speaks fluent Creole. But you can't hear any Haitian accent in her whatsoever. Obviously, Bahamian. So yeah.
Oh, okay. So she's Bahamian, so Haitian, Bahamian. Okay, all right.
Yes. Which, by the way, is some like that's pretty damn common. In South Florida, like Haitian Bahamians, right? There's a number of Haitians that you could not tell because they were born in Bahamas. They spent a few years, and they were bought here at 10, 15. But if anything, you could maybe hear the Bahamian accent, but you won't be able to hear anything Haitian until they start speaking Creole on your ass.
Two prime examples I can give you of Bahamian Americans. The late Esther Roll, who played Georgia from Good Times.
Yep.
The second one is Sidney Poitier.
Yeah. Yep.
Now,
Man.
okay, number third one is from South Florida's own Kimbo Slice. R.I.P.
What? Kimbo was Bahamian?
He was
Yeah,
he
yeah,
was
yeah,
born in
yeah,
that South.
yeah.
He was born in
Yeah,
that
yeah,
South.
yeah, he
He
is.
came to he and his family moved to like was it Perennial? What's that place called?
You know what it is? It's one of those things where when you're people from that place, you know that person is from there. Y'all give me a second.
Yeah.
Y'all talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah.
Because in fact, I remember his mouthpiece. If you ever notice his mouthpiece, like they always had like these customized mouthpieces, and when they were fighting UFC and shit,
Yeah.
on his mouthpiece, he had both the American and the Bahamian flags on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was born in Nassau, but he moved to like Miami when he was like 10, 11 because his mom started, immigrated there first. And when she got settled, she called for that. She called for, for him and his other siblings, and he grew up in Miami.
Gotcha. I
You'd
went
be
to school.
surprised how many people are, everyone all over the place. I mean, like, everybody knows most of the Fugees are from Haiti.
Yeah. Wait, what joke do I have for Texas? White Mexico.
Damn.
No, that's New
The lo-
Mexico, actually. That's New Mexico or maybe Arizona.
That's actually a
White
really good name. Yeah, I could say that about New Mexico
Nuevo
too.
Mexico.
But Texas is like white Mexico that's gonna slowly be invaded by actual Mexicans. I know white people, it's not fair. I know. New Mexico, same difference. Arizona, the suburbs of California. Nevada, the casino of California.
What about Oregon?
Oregon,
No black
being
folks.
double penetrated by Washington State in California. Oregon, who knows about Oregon? Oregon's like the space between. Oregon is the not claimed space between Washington State and California.
Only thing I can say about that place was Portland. Is the city of Portland was Rasheed Wallace's favorite weed spot overall. You can never get no bad weed over there.
Portland is a weirder LA.
What about Washington State?
Portland is an unseasoned LA. There we go. That's what Portland is. Portland is LA but unseasoned.
All bland and shit.
Exactly. Bland chicken ass LA. That's Portland, Oregon.
Oregon was.
Goddamn, Z.
I gotta mention this. It's through a podcaster, Dan Carlin. If y'all know him from Hardcore History and such.
I gotta do this name. I gotta do this. And Minnesota white women are built like white polar bears. Go ahead.
Actually, Minnesota and Wisconsin, that's Viking territory.
Same difference.
This nigga reckless.
Home to the largest Scandinavian communities, man. But anyway.
Hey, you might as well call the white women from Minnesota Helga.
Helga, Freya, Jorg. Let's see, what else? What other traditional names are there? No, Helga's German though.
They built like they party in caverns. Go ahead.
No, long haul. What's it they call it? Longhouses? Yeah.
What you saying? The women look like they built like lumberjacks? Go ahead.
Lumberjills.
Lumberjacks.
Unless you want to talk, unless we thinking, unless they the Transformers or some shit like that.
You're not so close. That was funny. That was a good alley-oop. That was good. He said lumberjills. I'm still in that. That's funny.
That's lumberjill. That's an old term. You said like lumberjacks. What are they? Are they Transformers or cisgender here? What the fuck we doing here?
But you didn't name the Dakotas. The Dakotas. I was the Dakotas. The Dakotas, North and South Dakota. America's woods.
Wait.
Random.
What states did you wait? Line. Which states did you just name?
The one nobody gives a fuck.
North Dakota, South Dakota.
Thank you. Better you do exactly what I was trying to say. Better you knew exactly what I was trying to say.
I think North Dakota's like their tourism slogan is like the best for last or some shit like that. Like they know ain't nobody coming to this motherfucker. Like,
Wait. Hey, hold on. Better you know better than to be using Vanessa Williams' hit song and to reference that state. Say the best for last. Get the fuck out of here.
Right? That's good, actually.
That's their tourism slogan. At least South Dakota, you at least got somewhat of a reason if you want to go to Mount Rushmore. Ain't shit in North Dakota.
When I'm thinking about the scenery in the Dakotas, Best for Last actually is the perfect song. That's good. That actually is a great because of how mellow that song is. It's a very mellow ass song.
Oh, Speaking of songs,
Go ahead.
And Z, I can't take you back to 83 because that's ahead of your time. So I got to take you back to 97.
Mm-hmm.
When we were talking about, the chicks that are with Nick Cannon or with
Cam.
or Cam Newton, everybody.
Mhm.
There's one song that would sum up the mindset of the women who were under the program. You might remember the 97 cover by Deborah Cox, but some of us older cats might remember the original by SOS band called from 83 called Just Be Good to Me. Patrice O'Neal broke that song down on the show Black Phillip, especially the third verse. Because she's
I
explaining
remember it from SOS band. Don't do that to me.
Hey,
don't do that to me.
What year were you born? What year were you born?
I was born in '86. That's closer. What you think my dad and my mom were listening to? Yeah, they listen to Haitian music, but they were listening to come on, like
I was born in 85. I was born in 85.
I was born in 82. Man. Okay, I was bouncing on my dad's knee as a 3-month-old when that song came out. When I was born 2 months. The month after I was born,
damn.
Prince drops 19. Okay, I was born in September. Okay, last Sunday was my birthday. I turned 42.
Oh, happy birthday, man!
Thank you. 42.
I'm like Bernie Mac, this weekend.
Yeah, we know.
My birthday coming up this weekend. Hey.
Yeah, you know what? Earth, Wind, and hey, you better be bumping Earth, Wind, and Fire in September. That is our jam. But anyway, like I said, when I was born a month afterwards, in October, Prince drops 1999, and then in November, Michael drops Thriller. So I was ready to party like it was 1999 because I was ready to be starting something, which is my favorite joint from the Thriller album, Starting Something. But anyway, getting back to it. Okay, so what do you want to say about Ohio, by the way?
Ohio is so Midwest, it doesn't even like itself.
What about Missouri? No, that would be Missouri. That would be Missouri because that's the state nobody claims.
No. Missouri is not. Missouri doesn't have the same.
Missouri's a little classier.
Richter scale. Because Ohio actually is a place you might actually want to visit. Why would you go to Missouri?
Visit eventually myself. I got family.
Kansas City.
Well, here's the thing. The nickname. The nickname for Missouri is the Show Me State. But when you y'all ain't showing me shit.
Unless we're talking about the half-ass argument for.
Wait. Because Black Crew's up here, I gotta do this. I gotta flame Chicago. Well, Illinois, real quick. You know what Illinois is? Chicago. Illinois is Chicago. If it wasn't for Chicago, there would be no Illinois.
Yeah, that's New York too.
Also Springfield.
Well, I mean,
you can make the same argument for New York.
You could the greatest president that ever lived, and he's
basketball player, arguably.
So you got that part of it too, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Abraham Lincoln. That's true. that's true. But once again, Illinois is Chicago. So I stand by that. I really stand by that shit. New York State is the suburb of New York, the island of Manhattan. That's what New York is.
The borough of Manhattan.
New Jersey is wannabe New York. That's really messed up. But it's
what about Pennsylvania?
New Jersey is New York for cheap people.
Which is funny because there's a lot of rich ass people that live in Jersey instead of New York.
Here's the thing, Jersey is literally right there because Jersey is literally right there. You just get on a bus and you just go right under the tunnel. In 10 minutes, you'll be in Manhattan.
Yo, that tunnel is.
I'm gonna be really mean. I'm about to be really mean to Midwesterners. This is really messed up. When Midwesterners talk about how fire their cities are, I'm like, bro, we don't even know who y'all are.
We hear you.
I'm joking. I'm being an asshole because I'm from Dade.
Hello?
And yeah,
we hear you, man. Yeah, I hear you.
We hear you. Yeah, we hear you.
No, I thought Better You. I think Better You was talking.
Oh, Better. Wait, go ahead, Better You.
Oh no, that wasn't me.
Oh, okay.
No.
But yeah,
hold on a second.
I didn't know that Illinois is 5th in population. By the way.
Yeah.
Really?
How's your connection, sir?
Yeah, I didn't know. Wait a minute, because I thought it was California, Texas, and then New York and Florida keep on going back and forth for 3rd place. And then, I guess, well, yeah, because if it's Florida, then New York, or New York, then Florida, then that's third and fourth. Oh, I guess, well, I never knew that Illinois was had the fifth largest population. Thank you, Afro National. I did not know that.
Now see.
I agree with this too, though. He said, hell, Chicago is headquarters of the Midwest. I agree with that. I agree.
What about Kansas? What do you say about the state of Kansas? Not Kansas City. I said the state of Kansas.
Chicago is also the power center of the American Negro.
Oh. A lot of blues acts were there.
Michael Jordan, Oprah Winfrey, Obama. I mean, it's not even close.
Okay, wait, I hear your argument. I hear your argument. Okay. What do you think Atlanta, DC, and Harlem would say about that, though?
They're upstarts.
Want to be
they're young upstarts.
You would think Atlanta right now?
They are a long way from Harold Washington and Oprah and Michael Jordan and Walter Payton.
Atlanta has had black mayors too. Atlanta has had black mayors too.
No, I mean you've even had many of the great musical figures who've lived in Chicago.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
It's not even really. It's not even really close.
Muddy Waters.
Yeah, it's not even really close.
This the one thing Atlanta got on Illinois. We got that gorilla grip, baby.
You got hold. You got hold.
Wait a minute, Chicago. Wait a minute.
I think Ludacris is from Chicago originally.
I think so.
Hold on. Yeah. You play with everybody.
Jordan is from Brooklyn, New York.
He was born in New York.
Jordan was born in Brooklyn,
North Carolina.
Hold on. Yeah, that's a Carolina one.
He was born in Brooklyn. He was raised in North Carolina, and he turned into the Phoenix in Chicago.
Yeah,
that's true. That, wait a minute.
Still born in New York, though.
I know Black Uru ain't saying Atlanta got hoes because Chicago got a high ass baby mama rate too. Wait a minute.
Wait, what about Miami?
Atlanta has taken over the whole rep in the black hole rep.
I would agree with that.
They even got attorneys down there who are hoes.
Yeah, that's true.
The whole
wait. But Black Uru, y'all did have the brother Bill Tass mayor up there. Or was that that mayor, right?
Yeah, the descent is upon us now.
Nah, you know what? I got you, Chicago. America's gun range.
Oh, that's what Chicago is? That's messed up.
Oh, because next door is Indiana. Yeah, of course.
Indiana is where you go if you can't make it in Chicago. Next.
Damn.
Oh, shots fired. Oh, you gotta take a shot at Snowman for that? That's foul.
Atlanta is the Oasis hub.
Hysterical.
I'm done. Thanks. I'm so done.
The reason why we're not talking crap about wait, before you even go in on this, the reason why we're not talking about crap about Alabama and Mississippi is because y'all not here to defend yourselves because y'all don't have no internet connection. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, damn. Pecans, see, they spending the day with their cousin now. Wife.
Oh, their wife?
Yeah, their cousin wife.
Can't even tell it. Are you even allowed to say anymore?
Wait. Louisiana. New Orleans. Go ahead.
America's swamp state.
Yeah, that is America's. So are you saying that's America's like sweaty ass?
No, that would be the Everglades, I guess. No way.
No. Go ahead because y'all about to flame Florida and Miami. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, Miami. Miami. Oh, where do we even start with Miami?
I think I know where to start.
Little Cuba.
No, I can start it.
That's true.
Little Cuba, Little Port-au-Prince. I just have to. I can sum it up with one sound. I can sum it up just by making one sound. Goes like this.
Oh, not the He is represent. He is. I think he's talking about the wind and the hurricanes.
Yeah, it really, man. Yeah.
Nose
Okay. How
candy.
often am I? Wait. How often am I recording and y'all hear my car go off? Gale winds and like because it's always raining. It's like it's a beautiful day right now. It is beautiful outside. I promise you, in 5 minutes it could be thunderstorming. It could be
I
like
got it.
raining,
Nah,
like nothing.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I got
Miami
it. This
used to
gonna
be
sting a little bit.
the
I got you,
STD
Florida.
capital of the country, but I think Houston has taken over that spot now.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. We'll get to
Houston.
Houston, but I got you, Florida. This is gonna sting a bit.
Yeah.
Stopped up toilet.
What?
The stop.
All the floods.
Oh yeah. But by the way, it really the floods are really a problem, yo. I'm not like it's bad. It's
I see.
bad.
Every time it rains,
yeah.
it looks terrible over there.
It depends on where you are. Obviously, the closer you are to the water, to the beach,
Yeah.
the worse. The further
Got you.
in you go, but you're better. But bruh, yeah, like no, it's bad. It's man. It was one night last year, April. But I think I streamed. I jumped on BGS stream or somebody had a late night stream. It might have been Art New Style. Bro, I spent 2.5 hours driving maybe 15 miles. Bro, when I say though, it was so, let me put it this way. It was so flooded that I had to make a U-turn on the excess road next to the expressway because that got flooded out and killed cars. And then it took me another maybe it was man when I say it that
Like,
night
dude,
the roads were lakes. It wasn't even a road. It was you
but a
couldn't see
serious
anything.
question though. Don't
Yeah,
y'all
go ahead.
have a flood? Y'all don't have a flood plan or a contingency plan for this shit? I'm asking honestly. This is not even a diss.
No, I really don't. I mean, I'm pretty sure city planners
It's
do,
the whole
but yeah,
damn state is a fucking swamp, man. What do
it
you
really is though.
expect?
And no, really,
I'm
it's
saying
crazy
though.
because like we have the pump stations up there in Okeechobee, but no, literally they pump in the water. They
How
pump in
dry
water from
are
here
you
all the
gonna
time.
be able to? How dry are you gonna be able to keep a damn swamp?
True.
Uru got a point. Mr. Uru
Yeah.
got a point.
America's fault. You know what? Here, this rolls off the tongue better. America's faucet.
Hey, no. Joe's got it. Joe says Miami equals Darwin's roulette table.
Oh shit!
Hey, you said we Russian roulette every day.
That's it.
Every time it rains.
Excuse me.
Yeah, we're taking that.
Yeah,
But
no,
hold
that's
on.
good.
Black Uru, you was mentioning Houston. What's Houston again?
What would we say
Well, I
about
said
Houston?
Houston took over the STD title
Yeah.
from Miami.
Yeah. I thought it was Atlanta, but okay. All right.
No, Atlanta was ahead, but now Houston. Atlanta was ahead. Atlanta was in top 5.
Yeah,
but
well, no,
Houston,
maybe Atlanta took over from Miami, and then Houston
now
took
it's
over from
Houston.
Atlanta.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's the right order. Yeah, it is. Yeah, Atlanta was huge, but yeah, Houston is definitely So yeah, well, shit, you can use that. Atlanta. I mean Houston. Think outbreak.
I mean,
Would you
what
say
the hell
Houston
is
is a
happening in
biohazard?
Houston? Are they having like public orgies in Houston or some shit? What the hell is going on down there?
A lot of swingers, a lot of
Well,
swinger clubs.
Between the swim thick, the quote unquote swim thick pool parties.
that was in Houston.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That was in Houston. Yes, it was.
Well, when they created those HIV manageable drugs for you Negroes, motherfuckers just got buck wild.
I'm done.
Like, thank God.
When I was in Houston, I went for a baby shower, but obviously because we had to go out. Went to a club that night, and it was just nothing but sisters with the long bust down ass weave and the extra long lashes and the goddamn wrestling suits with heavy jewelry on and heels.
Yo, we skipped two. We just skipped two.
The
We
dirty
skipped Virginia.
secret about black women has always been that they like it raw more than black men do.
Yes, they
That's been the
do.
dirty little secret. And
Black,
that's what's
no,
being
Black
exposed.
Rubes.
That's
Dude, you
what's
have
being
no
exposed with
idea
the
how
STD thing.
it's true. I have had so many conversations with black women and their reaction when you pull out the condom. I swear to God. It's like,
yeah. I was having that reaction during the AIDS crisis in the 80s.
Yo, their reaction when you pull out the condom, it's like, what?
They
Hell no! Why
offended,
you
bro.
They
going?
would be
What's wrong
they
with
would
you?
be insulted. I can't
Yeah.
believe you think I got some.
No, they're trying to
Yeah,
use
no,
it for my
I had that
protection.
experience back in the day. I had that experience back in the day.
Yo,
I've had that
that shit
experience.
is crazy. That shit is crazy. That freaking
That,
that reaction when you pull out the condom. That's
let
They
me.
they they
I
they like that raw. They like that raw dick, man. They like that
they
natural
the way
raw
it
do.
dick.
sound.
They really
I
do.
know, no, it's true. No, it's true. It's true. But it's the way Bible said it. And let me read a couple comments real quick. Detro says Florida equals NASCAR races and shuttle launches and
Oh,
hurricanes.
true.
Hysterical. All
Cape
accurate.
Canaveral.
Accurate as hell. And Eric Denman, thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Eric Denman says, I think he started saying I'm glad, but I'm glad they finally had the ovaries to say it out loud. Their declaration of war was understood loud and clear. Young men move accordingly. Agreed. And I'm gonna skip you for a second, a split Jim, to read what Joe's is saying. And Joe's is saying, thank you for the super chat. And Joe's is saying, watching Myron get kicked out of White Clubhouse. Was it the one? Was this recent? Because I feel like I listened into something maybe a couple weeks ago, maybe 2-3 weeks ago, with him. No, that was Tommy Sotomayor. Wait, what's his face? I don't know
Yeah,
if.
when it
Oh
was
no,
him
no,
and
no, no,
Tariq.
no, no, no. I'm thinking about the one where the white dudes was going in on Myron. Yeah.
For
I heard
what?
that one, but I don't know if this is a different one. Yeah, the white guys was going in on Myron and how annoying he is to them and whatever. And then you could tell these were some white racist dudes that occupy that kind of white manosphere over there. So hey, bro, Myron, bro, you
Hey,
know what it is for you over there.
welcome to the party, pal.
Yeah,
Welcome to America.
Yeah,
yeah.
I
because at
haven't
the
been.
same
I haven't
time they
been to
look at you
Haiti.
like a
Haven't been.
sand because they look at you
No,
like a sand Negro.
that's all he is over there. And the
saying,
thing
nigga.
with the Myrons of the world, so this goes back to something I think we said here was like there's certain people there is no wake up call for them. There
None.
is they have decided I don't care. This is where I am. I don't care what the white guys
Well,
say. I don't care what the white
from
woman
their
put me through.
perspective, the
You know.
math is still with the white folks. So
Yes.
it's really kind of
Um.
like a math thing for a lot of them. Yeah, black people, particularly African Americans, are
Mhm.
really the only people in this country who actually feel as though that their particular life value or social value should be equal to, if not greater than that of white people. We're the only people in the country that think and feel that. The only one.
Mm, mhm,
Everybody
True.
else is playing
mhm.
this game of trying. You know, they have their little enclaves of what they are, but in the
They
end, they submit to the white
triangulating.
supremacist bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's the thing.
In the
But
end,
that's the
they
thing.
submit to the white supremacist bullshit. They
Yeah.
But
succumb
I
to it.
agree.
but
I
that's the
agree with
thing
that.
but the thing about where I see where the hate comes from the Caucasian people is that when you just look at Myron, they see a dude that he's a sand Negro, but he's doing better than them in a sense from a clout
Absolutely.
status
Mhm, mhm.
perspective. So you have to understand where that hate has really come from. Because what white dudes are saying, how dare you do better than me?
Yeah.
And
Well,
not
I
just
mean,
That's really
that.
where that's coming from.
If I
it's
may.
the same thing that your Nikki Haley's gonna get, the same
Yeah.
thing
Uh-oh.
that your Vivek gonna get, where you
Yeah.
Vivek
get to a
Ramaswamy.
certain level where motherfuckers start saying, hold on, and that's why
Yeah, exactly.
what's her name, the woman told
What
Vivek,
woman?
okay, you're trying to stretch out a little bit too damn
Oh,
far,
Coulter
saying
and
nigga.
Coulter.
And
Yeah,
Coulter.
Yeah,
and
And
Coulter.
culture.
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
what that's why she told him that. Look, I'm not voting for your ass.
Okay.
You ain't even an American. She basically was
Ooh.
saying you're not an American. That's what
I
she was
could.
saying. You
And
might
I want
have
to be.
the legal title of an
Yes.
American. Your ass
U.S.
ain't American.
citizenship.
In fact, if you listen to Ann Coulter, there are only two groups of Americans in the United States: black folks and white folks.
Wait a
Yeah.
minute.
If
What
you
about Native
really listen to
Americans?
it,
I
well,
think
maybe a Native
yeah,
American,
no, I think
maybe you
Native
know,
Americans are in there, but I agree. So this is the and I
Yeah.
think as so being a child of immigrants, but black immigrants, we get to
Mhm.
hide behind y'all. To be fair,
yeah,
but I think
yeah,
everybody who's not white, black, or some type of indigenous looking, oh, that's your ass because you don't have no
oh yeah,
claim to, especially when you look foreign. So when you look Arab, whatever that means, if you look South Asian,
Middle
if you
Eastern.
look East Asian, right? You you don't have no claim to nothing. And
Nope.
and
It's
culture made
okay
that
for you
so
to make
clear.
your
Yeah, yeah.
money. It's
Yep,
okay for
yep,
you to make your money. It's
yep,
okay for you to be my doctor. But I don't want to hear
yep.
too much from your ass now.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah, your
But
I don't want
here's
to
opinions
the
hear
don't
too
thing,
count.
much
though.
from
Your opinions don't
Here,
count. Your
here's
opinions don't count.
this is how you know it's. But this is how you know it's weird, right? Like, of course, we've seen. You've always reacted. Dude, have you ever just kind of reacted differently when you see a homeless white dude as opposed to a homeless black dude?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I know what
Yeah,
you mean.
I
yeah,
do.
So you know
yeah.
what I'm talking about. When you look at a white dude like, what the fuck is your
When
problem?
I see a homeless white dude, I assume he's an undercover cop. Like real talk.
That too.
I assume it's drugs.
Yeah.
You crashed all the way out in life. Like
Right,
you just
right.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah. But
There's.
when you see a
I
homeless
agree with
white
better you
dude,
on that. Actually, I agree with better you on
but
that one.
yeah, but when you see a homeless white dude, you like, the fuck's your problem?
Yeah.
unparalleled fucker.
Like, I mean, especially like if
Yeah.
you go to some place, I mean, if you go to South Africa, you'd be surprised the number of homeless whites out there and how they get treated, especially when they get shit on by
Yeah,
blacks or
they
middle class
earned all
Africans.
that shit too. They earned every
Yep.
bit of that.
Yep.
True.
Thank God.
Yep.
Anyway, if I may,
Wait, because
uh,
there's something to say about like the Western world's relationship. So Africans are here obviously because of transatlantic slave trade. You had the indigenous that were here, and you have the white folks that got themselves over here. Everyone that doesn't look like they have anything to do with the West, like pretty much really Western Europe all across. But if you don't look some type of white or black or indigenous or some type of mixture of some, then you really the way people live, like, why are you talking? Who asked
Look,
you for your talking about
here's
someone
the
saying
thing.
your unsolicited
If you're
opinion?
not white
Hmm.
or African American,
Hmm.
you didn't really settle, or Native American, you didn't settle this motherfucker.
True.
You didn't really do the hard work of making this into a country.
Hmm.
And white people know that actually more acutely than black people do. We're much more open and hospitable about that kind of thing than white people are. But for white
Yes.
people, because they know about empire and they've conquered shit and stuff
Hmm.
like that, they know who and who are not entitled to shit.
Yes.
And you know, even the most hateful white person will have to acknowledge that black men fought in every damn war in the history of this country
Hmm.
Facts.
true.
and
Yeah.
helped to win
Right.
most of it.
Yeah, because that's
First
one thing.
You know,
person
See,
to
that's
so
the
die to
so
the
question.
certain
American.
parts about the history about being an American, these new folks, they ain't a part of.
Yeah, 'cause you
They
could
just
never
ain't.
question black. You could never question black people's patriotism.
Chris
Nope.
Piscatus, anybody?
Yep.
Nope.
Yep.
Chris
Let me
Piscatus?
let me read this because I think this is directed towards Black Ruin. I don't want to wait too long to lose this point. And Black Wealth and Power says, and thank you for the super chat. I'm coming up to you next, Split Jim. And Black Wealth and Power says, Mr. Uru, does Chicago still have a thriving Black professional class like ATL and DC? Would you recommend the city for industrious young Black men? That's a serious question. So there you go, Black
I
Ruin.
would say it does not, unfortunately, and I would not
Hmm.
recommend, particularly in regards to this migrant issue. I think things are very precarious here, and I would wait to see how this thing is going to be settled. And that's part of the reason why I'm voting for the orange guy, because Chicagoans in particular need
Hmm.
that shit settled. You know,
Yeah.
Fair
in
enough.
order for this to become again a thriving area and community
Hmm.
for
Well,
black
black.
folks. But right now, no, right now it is not what it was 20 some odd years ago,
Yeah.
unfortunately. It's just not.
And once again, thank you for the super chat, Black Wealth and Power. Before you go live, I gotta let Nema go in because I cut him off
Sure.
earlier. Go ahead, Nema.
And I got the baseball bats ready to swing. It's just like, a couple of things first and foremost. Like, when you guys were mentioning Myron, y'all forgetting something. Because this shit's up my alley. Because he's from my neck of the woods. Next door defect. First of all, he is, like you say about the sand nigga thing, he is, but he's the negrified sand nigga. People forget that the majority, I say that to say this. In Sudan, they have been, after they were conquered by the Arabs in the 7th century. No, 9th century, excuse me. With the spread of Islam, people became Arabized. In fact, they say, even though they've had, Arab tribes migrating across the Sahel from Sudan all the way to Senegal, most of the people are just basically Black Africans who are Arabized. That's who the majority of the Arab majority of Sudan are. And him, he makes it a point to be an annoying ass motherfucker. He is annoying by nature. He's smug about it. So that doesn't surprise me with us. I mean, he lives up to a certain stereotype they have in Sudan. Something that I'm
Nemo,
familiar
what
with.
you're telling me is, you said he's a negrified sand Negro. So what you're telling me is he's from the slums of the sand?
That too. I mean, it's wrong for me to be saying that, considering I got Sudanese relatives and shit, but we all go back and forth about this shit about ethnic identity and such. Because I myself, they can't, because I look at them and like, yeah, I understand you are who you are. I am who I am. I've never hid the fact of what I am. Yeah, I'm black, I'm African and everything, but ethnically, genetically speaking, I'm a Semite. I'm not Cushitic. I'm not Nilo-Saharan. I'm a Semite. My language proves it. My DNA proves it and everything. If I do an ancestry.com DNA shit, you know. So I've never hid that. I've never hid that shit.
What causes Nema in Norway hysterical? Nema in Norway to see blackness one way, but causes Myron in America to see blackness another way.
Because he sees himself first. Because his mentality is a mentality coming from where he's from in Sudan. Blackness, first of all, for all of us, blackness is a given. But we see ourselves, first of all, by our ethnic identities.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
He sees himself as an Arab, first and foremost. I see myself as my ethnicity, which is a Black African ethnicity, but it is Semitic in origin. I don't hide that fact. You know what I'm saying? But the whole thing has to do with colorism and the history of slavery on the whole East African side. Okay. That's one thing people don't understand. Colorism, like light skin, dark skin. Go ahead.
Wait till you finish. I was gonna say I can't put my finger on it, but I never liked Fresh and Fit.
Oh, me neither.
I was never feeling Fresh and Fit. I know they're popular, but I just was never feeling them.
No. Remember Alban Preach first when they first went back and forth with Alban Preach? Remember I was saying it back then? I was like, first of all, none of these Negroes is ADOS FBA.
None of them.
And that's coming from a non-ADOS FBA person too. So I have
one of them might be
in the world to be talking crap, especially the fact that Preach is Haitian descent. So I was like, oh, I'm in there.
I looked at them objectively. I looked at them objectively. I didn't look at Myron and Fresh as in whether I liked them or not. I simply looked at them as objective for what the information they were putting out and watching these women melt down when they asked them the questions. But that's all I looked at them as.
But here's the thing for me. What I saw in them, because I agree with you about that, if you look at it objectively. But I understood for Myron, what he was doing was aligning with white men on some, these hoes is fucked up. Yeah, they fucked up. Yeah, right. So so that's what it was for him. Number one, but number two, both of them came off as like very cringy to me. And so when the Alban Preach thing happened, and I saw Myron break, because what you saw, Myron was riding high. He was riding high. He got a little chip with whatever white girl that he tried to press for sex for the show, whatever the hell, if that's true, allegedly. And then when Alban Preach went at them about that and started making them look like weirdos, and then this is the thing. That's how I kept on saying, them niggas ain't from Dade, and I meant it. You could tell that like a Dade nigga would probably be more suave about it. There's a way to kind of like sidestep that. There's a way to kind of laugh that off. There is, but when I saw the way Myron reacted and responded to that, I'm like,
I thought the biggest problem with them was just a basic authenticity issue, because neither one of them came off as that type of nigga. And you have to, and if you don't know what that type of nigga is, then it may be difficult for me to explain it to you. But neither one of them came off as that kind of dude who had the game and the actual record of handling shit the way that they were talking about. They just did. Now there are men who are like that, and a few of them are even in YouTube, but they're not those dudes. Now Kevin Samuels came off as that kind of man who had been out there in the field. So to me, my biggest issue with them was they had all this fame. They was making all this money. They was getting all this attention. And I just never believed they were those dudes.
They never were to begin with. They were just
They-
faking the funk because they were doing the co-op shit. It was some
Yeah.
grifting shit. By the
They
way,
never
by the
were,
way,
but like
Wait.
I didn't care about that. You know why? Because that's no different from hip hop. There's plenty of fakers in hip hop too.
Yeah.
damn
Yeah,
right.
Well,
this is
I
different
mean,
than music. So
I came up, when motherfuckers were supposed to be real in
Yeah.
hip hop.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I didn't come up.
true.
I didn't come up thinking you should just be able to put on a damn clown show and everybody's supposed to go along with the shit.
No, I mean
So
it's not like it was respected,
maybe that's
but
a generational thing. I don't know. Maybe that's a
Nah,
generational
they-
Wait, Lion, wait a minute. We ain't gonna let the boomer just over here slick dissing us like all.
yeah, I heard that
He's
shit.
talking about early 80s hip hop, man.
thing. I'm
He's
just
talking
saying.
about-
I'm just
Time
saying.
out. I know you ain't coming. Oh, wait a minute. Time out. Flag on the motherfucking play. Time out.
I'm
But
just
we
saying.
just came through
I don't know.
slid,
Maybe
and
y'all let me know. I
sneak
don't
dissed
know.
us like a mug and just walked right out the room. Just sneak this and left. Go ahead,
Gonna
Lion.
throw a grenade and lock the door.
Right,
Throw a grenade and
exactly.
lock the door. The
No,
hell?
but he right though. Like
He's right
Fresh,
though, man.
That was
Fresh
back
and
when we
Fit
was version of
always
back in
came
my
across
day.
as losers, man. Like they not them dudes.
Yeah,
Anybody who
I
ever
agree.
been around them dudes know what that dude look like, and it ain't them
Yeah,
fuck ass
yeah, you're
clown
right.
niggas.
let me come
You
in
know
on
what's
this one.
funny? Go ahead, because you more you understand it more. Go ahead.
And
I
here's
know
the
this
sad part.
because
We
okay.
know there's some true life players in Miami. We know that.
Yes,
Oh
That's
fuck
the
yes,
yeah!
sad part.
yes. I've
Shout
met
out to
them.
Trick Daddy.
I've met them. And Trick's not even close to the true life players. I've met them.
Just wanted to hear
I'm he's affiliated because of the entertainment. He trust me, bro. I've been man. Look,
What about Uncle Luke?
uh, yes, but once again because of the entertainment. Yeah, because of the entertainment and because he's been in the game long enough.
I would say Luke is a impresario or a producer.
Okay.
But his proximity to that is certainly
Yes.
much more authentic by generations than that of those jokers.
But it's
Yeah.
the same thing
It's
with
not even close.
Ice Cube. I mean, it was what you just described, Uncle Luke. That's Ice Cube. Ice Cube grew up in a two-parent household, but they grew up in proximity to what was going on.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Same thing with Ice Cube.
Exactly.
Let me
Ice
say this
Cube.
to real quick. Who said? Damn, I had it highlighted too. Somebody said something about when Abba not Abba when Myron snapped on Asian doll. Yeah, but Asian doll's black and she's dark skinned, and of course he did.
Oh, right there,
Let
right
me-
there. No, because remember, this is up my alley.
Mhm.
The colorism shit. Oh, I forgot to mention something. Something you have to understand about Ethiopia, about Sudanese history, and it's how it's tied with Ethiopian history, or in colonialism. If you ever seen the movie White Feathers, it was about the Mahdiya. There was this religious movement that was trying to fight and was able to eliminate, for a time being, British rule in Sudan. But they had a relationship with the Ottoman Empire that was still ruling most of the Arabian Peninsula. And to keep from being colonized by the Turks, the Mahdis still wanted to maintain the slave trade. So they had to maintain a quota of slaves being sent to the Arab world annually in order to maintain their independence until that, because one of the things the British were trying to stamp out when they controlled it was the slave trade. And of course, Ethiopia was involved with the slave trade as well, but that's connected, but not relevant to the situation. But the colorism is in that because the darker you were, the higher the price you fetched on the slave market. And they wanted they always wanted dark-skinned slaves. Light-skinned motherfuckers, not so much, except unless you were, what's his name? Abram Genabal, who was that black dude who ended up being a member of Peter the Great's court. He was actually, they say he was the Ethiopian Eritrean, but anyway.
No, and let me
Why
say, because I
did
said
they
this before.
dark-skinned slaves?
The desert, because you're darker, you can handle the heat better.
So
Because they
you're
usually
more
have them
resilient. You're
more
more
resilient because you're darker skin. Yeah.
Okay.
And plus, I'm from the Highlands, so naturally I'm lighter in complexion, and my features are different.
Yeah, but let me say this about, and I was joking when I said it the first time, maybe a month or so ago. I'm not joking this time. Marin, let me find out you actually resent the fact that a dark skinned sister turned you down back in the day. Let me find out you a man version of these hurt hoes on the internet. Because I think that's what
But
it
no,
is.
I think Myron has admitted at times that he has dated black women. I think he probably likes black women. And if you look at his interaction with black women, you can kind of tell there's a little extra energy there.
Yeah.
I
Nigga,
believe.
just
Well, I mean,
get you a
between
dark
them
skinned
both.
slim sister and call it a day.
Well, I
Oh
mean,
man, Sudanese women, I can say this. Sudanese women are very attractive. Most of them are naturally slim. Of course, Black Guru would
True. No,
talk
no, no,
about
no,
a
no,
certain.
no, 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 no. No, Myron don't need an East African. Myron needs a West African. He need one of them Lupita
Good
built
luck with that.
sisters. No, no, no.
Good luck with
I'm
that.
saying that on purpose. I'm saying that on purpose. He need him one of them Jodie Turner Smith Lupita built sisters. That's what he needed in his life.
Lupita's East African.
He ain't
Is she?
gonna
I
he
thought
ain't
she was
gonna go
West.
there.
She's
But I mean, like
Kenyan.
looking, yeah, looking.
Yeah.
He need him one of them Lupita or what's her name, Jodie
Issa
Turner
Rae.
Smith looking at sister.
I don't
Issa
think
Rae,
he.
another one. But yeah,
Issa Rae
I don't think he gonna
Senegalese.
do it. He
yeah.
ain't got a hold. He ain't got a hold. He ain't got a hold of them brown skinned curly haired chicks. He ain't going back. I don't blame him, but he ain't going back.
All right. Hey, if I ever find out, listen, y'all be the first ones to tell me. If any of y'all ever find out Myron got him a little lady and he cheat on her with a Darcy, y'all better let me know because that stream is popping up
Oh no,
that instant.
I'm pretty sure he's smashing some black chick somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm sure he has.
I'm just about
While we're
30.
at it,
I'm sure he has. It's not
yeah.
unheard of. I'm sure
Excuse
he
me.
has. It is what it is.
Excuse me.
But hold on. The states. We skipped. We went all the way down to Florida. I'm sorry, Florida. We were just in a hurry to get to you. We skipped Washington and
Hysterical.
Virginia.
We mentioned
Washington State.
Virginia, and we mentioned Washington State already.
No, not Washington
Washington.
State. D.C. District of Columbia, the DMV.
Oh, DC, not a state. Keep on going.
No, yeah, I
Just
know.
got their first mayor. What, 20 years ago? Something
Yeah,
like that. Yeah.
not a
Okay.
state, but
So
you know what I mean.
yeah. So DC literally had to use the Constitution on America. No representation. no taxation without representation.
No taxation
Literally.
without representation.
In the 20th century.
So you trying to say DC HR?
DC, I mean, DC is headquarters. No, it's literally. Wait a minute. How did headquarters have to use the Constitution on the country? Anyway, I'm just saying. Right? Look, y'all gotta acknowledge us. Anyway, so that's the DC story. Virginia, the suburbs of DC. Yeah.
Maryland.
So that's
Okay. What
how
about
I feel that.
Connecticut? What about Connecticut?
Connecticut is a posh, lesser known New York.
New Hampshire.
Yeah.
New Hampshire. Who?
New
Vermont.
Hampshire. Nigga,
North
maple
Carolina,
syrup.
we are
Right.
North. I'm just gonna say North Carolina is the East Coast Bahamas.
Okay.
This is where,
What about South Carolina?
Wait, pause. Wait a minute. Better you. What did I say about North and South Carolina? What did I just say like an hour ago?
Now, real talk though. I
It's
never.
Bahamas. Geechies are Bahamians. That's how I see it. Go ahead.
No, real talk though. Between the Bahamians and Jamaicans, like the patois and their local dialects, like the Geechee dialect is so intertwined with that. So like it's mutually intelligible to a sense where like it's kind of crazy to think that people separated by so much distance can so easily communicate because it's. I got some homeboys who like from
Well, look,
Trinidad and other places
if
that
you
it
don't
just.
mess with, if you don't interfere with people that much, why would they change?
True.
Yeah.
Not to mention they travel among the islands. They travel among the islands.
Yeah.
There's always commerce going on.
And you know, they were to a large degree allowed to maintain. Obviously, they had to interact with Caucasians, but to a large degree, culturally, they were able to maintain a degree of separation.
Yeah, that's
That
dissipating
is
really
true.
quickly though. Am I right about that? Better you? That's like dissipating really fast.
Well, yeah, I mean, because white empire got to take anything and everything of value, steal everything of value.
Because it's kind of ironic, like a lot of the land that the Gullah Geechee folk were allowed to keep after the Civil War was like that swampland on like those outer islands.
White people didn't want it.
Exactly, and now it's like 21st century. It's like, oh, that's prime real estate.
Yeah. By the
Well,
way,
and also the ability, the technological ability to manipulate the land is different now than it was,
Yes.
in prior
Yeah.
generations.
Let me read this real quick, and then we'll get name it. And Inspired Truth says so many BBLs in Houston. Listen, there's so many. Look, so many BBLs in Miami, so many BBLs in Atlanta, so many. I don't know about New York like that. Yeah, but no, right? But yeah, no. Look, black women get a BBL, bro. Like black women got a BBL. If she got 10 grand laying around somewhere, she taking a trip.
Well, I'm fine with that, but just don't sit here and act like men can't tell.
I mean, if you don't got the thighs or the legs, but somehow you got this bubble, yeah.
That cut right there don't look like it's falling into your legs, we know.
Yeah.
Like we know.
Yeah.
by the way, but before I say what I want to say, can you bring up what's his name? Telescope. He has a quote I wanted to mention. He said something about broke white dudes.
Oh God, that's all the way up. Give me a second. Is it a Fast and Furious shows? Like, no, that's not it. Give me a second. Which one is it? No, he says white men respect. Where's that telescope?
White men, they're homeless.
White men respect white men that are homeless.
Yeah. No. He said white when he sees a white dude that's homeless, he always asks the question. Yeah.
How the hell did you F this up? Yep.
Yeah, because I'm thinking there's that quote that Snowman uses every once in a while from that movie A History of Violence by William Hurt. Here we goes like, how do you fuck that up? How do you fuck that up?
Yeah. Somebody else has that sound clip. Like I think Obsidian might have that sound clip too. There was somebody I was listening to that played that also. I think it was Obsidian, but yeah.
My favorite one is like Bill Duke from Menace to Society in the interrogation scene. Like, I see, you done fucked up now.
Oh, everybody loved that clip. I don't know anybody that doesn't like that. You know you done fucked up, right?
Man, I remember back when BGS had the Coliseum. Whenever I went completely left, I had to go to I turned to Cerulean, because remember his avatar was of Bill Duke from that movie, from that particular scene. And I looked at him and said, you know I done fucked up, right? He said, yeah, you fucked up bad. I fucked up bad and everything. Okay, anyway. Going back to this conversation about Myra and everyone. We cannot paint Abba as a saint, however. And this is coming from an Eritrean who looks at Abba and sees him for what he is. Because first of all, Abba is not fully Ethiopian. He's half Eritrean, half Ethiopian, okay? That's the one thing. And there's a certain thing about that, about when you're half Eritrean, half Ethiopian, there's some shit about that, identity issues and whatnot. But watching him and his mannerisms, and me growing up in Eritrea, folks in Eritrea and Ethiopia, when we see him, the way he talks, he acts, like sometimes he always tries to get slick and shit, we understand, oh, you want that bullshit, because he lives up to a certain negative stereotype we have back home. So we always gonna be looking at it in a sideways a certain way, because we know.
You keep alluding to things without providing any detail about how they
he lives up to the stereotype of a Pookie or of a hoodlum or something. He's kind of like on the shady shit. Yeah, Abba. He admits that
I was not aware of that about him.
Abba has admitted he used to be a smart ass, a Pookie.
He's a reformed Pookie.
He's a reformed
Pookie.
What made him reform was the death of his father, because he realized, oh shit, I'm the youngest, and somebody got to take care of my mom's. Because remember, he said one of the things he did when he got his first paycheck from the military was pay off his mom's mortgage, and plus he has his mom living with him. But he knows, given what he is,
Well, ain't too many Pookies pay off their mom mortgages, so I got to give him props for that.
Yeah, but he's an Ethiopian. There's that cultural shame and everything that kept him in check. So he'd be like, but he kind of flippant in a way that I'm familiar with. He's flippant in a way that I'm familiar with, because I remember growing up, we knew motherfuckers in the neighborhood like that. Guys in
now, why would I, who don't know much about Eritrea or
Ethiopia,
Somalia or Ethiopia? How might I be offended by him?
I'm not saying you should be offended. I'd say let's not paint him as a saint. Is what I'm saying.
Well,
he's not without his bullshit.
Don't paint him as a saint when you tell
without his
people
bullshit.
All right, listen to me.
Mhm.
Listen to me, brother.
Okay.
When you
Oh,
tell
okay.
a group of people who are uninitiated with what you're talking about,
Right.
don't see him as a saint, their
Mhm.
natural inclination is to then to try to figure out, well, hell, what the hell is he doing that
Mhm.
would draw such a description?
It's kind of hard for me to explain. I'm trying to find the words to explain it. It's like his antics, his mannerisms, the way he like sometimes will look in the camera a certain way, which is a type of like expression some people will give you where I'm from
Well,
when they're
let
trying
me
to get.
ask you this question. Let me ask you a clarifying question. Is
Uh-huh.
it kind of analogous to African American cooning?
No, it's not that.
Okay.
It's more like the trifling relative. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to get at.
Like Cousin
You know?
Jebediah from the Boondocks.
Yeah, or like if you all remember the Bernie Mac show. Remember Don Cheadle's character?
Mm.
You remember when
I don't
Bernie had
remember.
to go back to Chicago because his uncle died, right? And he found out his uncle was his dad on the flight
Oh,
home.
see, I don't remember that episode.
Oh, what?
Okay,
I
that
watched the
particular.
show too. I don't remember. Yeah, I
Okay,
don't remember that
there was an
episode.
episode where he took the kids and went back to Chicago because he found out about his uncle's passing, and of course the
Mhm.
kids wanted to go back because they were hoping to get a chance to see their mom. When he went to go visit his uncle's widow, his favorite aunt, he met their son, played by Don Cheadle. And remember, Don Cheadle was like getting on, was
So
like
this
kind of
is his actual brother, just to see if I'm following
his
what you're
half
saying.
brother,
This
okay,
right.
same father.
Okay. I just want to,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So Cheadle was kind of shifty, kind of trifling and whatnot. In fact,
Chicago dude. He was a Chicago dude.
Yeah, Chicago dude, shifty, slick, and everything. And for me, when I'm watching ABBA, he does like certain things there's certain mannerisms he has that I'm familiar with because I've seen that growing up and everything. Like there are times where he's gonna look in the camera in a certain way, like he's trying to be cute with us. I'm from.
Well, both of those dudes be making some interesting facial expressions.
Yeah, because they're trying to get cute with you and
like,
disrespectful.
what's with all the goofy ass looks? But maybe that's the part of their appeal.
So the funny thing is, so years ago, Preach actually addressed that he kind of made like he kept on making like little side comments because I think it was bothering him that people kept on saying like, bro, are you LGBT? Like are you sure you're not? Are you in the closet?
There's another one. There's another one.
Enough brothers see that shit, they gonna start thinking some stuff like, man, what's with these ass looks?
Then they find out he's a little different. Then they find out he's married and he has a white wife, et cetera, et cetera. And I think they just kept on making video after video. And they just kind of overcame that with content and whatever. But I get where Naaman's coming from because even in the Haitian context, it would be hard for y'all. Like it would be hard maybe for somebody who's not initiated to maybe see someone who's of Haitian descent and be like, oh, like that. You would just see another Haitian American. I would see someone like, oh yeah, I don't trust this dude. I already like do the shifty, do this weird, or like,
so basically what you're saying is his behavior is reminiscent of someone who may not be entirely honest. That's what you're saying.
He lives up to a certain stereotype.
And it's very specific to your particular culture.
Correct. In fact, I remember there was this one time on ABBA and Preach when they put out a video, and Preach is like confronting ABBA and saying, you never admit when you're wrong, because many times he never admits when he's wrong, which is a typical Habesha trait. By the way, when I say Habesha, it means Abyssinian. That's an Ethiopian term, although Eritreans use it, even though we're not supposed to. And ABBA's like, I admit when I'm wrong. No, you don't. Because anytime, and Preach like, no, you don't. Because anytime we confront you about it and say you didn't admit it, you start making all these Ethiopian gestures with your head, and you shake your head like an Ethiopian, like you're doing the traditional dance. You're like trying to sidestep it, And I'm like, no, I know that shit. But Z, thank you for understanding my point.
I thought the slide of Fresh and Fit started when Preach tried to get Fresh to catch that fade down there. And he fucked out on it. I think the slide started there.
No, they started
Because
suing
it
her
was
actually.
quite apparent that Preach was ready to go there and
No,
was
Preach,
like, let's do this shit now.
Preach would have beat fucking Myron's ass.
Yeah, I know.
There was no, it would, like, you would have been like, okay, get him off him. You can, like, there's no way that Albert, man, look. And still to this day, Preach ready. You could tell, to this day, no, he really is. Right?
Even
I'd
worse.
have paid, to see that fight if they would have had
No,
that.
it
AJ,
wouldn't have been a fight, bro. It wouldn't have been a fight. It wouldn't have
That
been a
would
fight.
have been a nice little, a nice little amount of money made had they had that fight. Because I think everybody wants
that man would have caught a body. He wasn't gonna come off that man until Jesus came back, bro.
Right.
If I may, please.
Go ahead, because I want to say something after that. Go ahead.
Yeah. Before we do, let me read this. This whatchamacallit, this the Cash App.
Look at you. Look at you. You interrupted everybody and you couldn't even get the words out. Go ahead. I like doing that. Go ahead.
I love that train of thought. Hey, come on. Thank you, Chef Butler Biscuits with the $10. As he said, I'm honestly ashamed to have been a fan of FNF. Your boy was in a dark place for a few years ago. I understand, brother. Should have stayed with Ron Wills and the rest, but lesson learned. Hey. Uncle Ron is very loving and understanding uncle, man. He'll welcome you back and say, welcome back, youngin'. So he understands the issue.
Let me say this to Chef Butter Biscuits. And listen to the beginning of this stream if you missed it. Also, because and seeing that Black Uru's up here, bro. It's okay to go through the motion. You can't stay there. It's okay to go through the motions. Like red pill rage is a real thing. We call it. It's a phase. You got to go through the phase, but you can't stay in the phase, and you can't let the phase blind you so much that you miss an opportunity with a dope ass Black woman. But also, you can't let that phase make you blue pill for non-Black women. And, it's a lot of and also,
I've made that mistake.
Right? Thank God I never made that mistake. That's the one I didn't get tripped up. I didn't get tripped up on that one.
Okay.
But right, but bro, you go through it. Just don't stay there, and don't be a Black male version of the Black women on some divester shit. But we get it. Like, and even if you don't, there's certain brothers that didn't go through that like catastrophic heartbreak, but that still experience a red pill rage when they realize, so this may be some of how Black women think of me and other Black men.
Well,
and they
a
go
lot
through
of
a red pill rage through that.
a lot of the red pill rage ain't just because directly what some girl did to you. A lot of the red pill rage is your mama lying to you, your auntie lying to you, your dad lying to you. In fact, when you all talk about the red pill rage and don't stay in it, I'm a little apprehensive about that because the question I ask is, have you fully gone through all of why you're raging?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the question I ask.
Yes. That also
all the stages
because it's easy to say
let Black Rule get that.
It's easy to say don't stay there. But the question is, have you fully gone all the way through what that is and what that means and why you're there to begin with? I think a lot of us only look at some chick that we were dealing with, and we don't look at the fact that the reason why we got duped was because of all the other shit that was around us that compelled us to go along with this shit to begin with, including our own family and friends and society and all of that, the school and everything.
Yeah. And in short, did you check your mama?
Well,
you probably are gonna. Most Black men at some point gonna have to check their mom.
Well,
and sometimes it's gonna go easy, and sometimes it's gonna go hard.
I'm the easy way or the hard way. Look, real quick, right after me. Real quick. So
my boy Sick Diggy.
And so I agree with everything Black Guru said. That's why I wanted to give him some. I lost my train of thought. That's why I wanted to give him some space to kind of get that out, flush that out. Because I gotta let 18th after. But this is why what I was saying earlier. There we go. This is why what I was saying earlier is important. Like, you're gonna go through it. Because I don't want us to be a Black male version of what the hell the white men are on, because quite frankly they getting accused from us. I said it. I don't want us to be a male version of what Black women are on because they're fuck nuts, right? So I said it. because the myth of white womanhood would have you going crazy.
But I think that's why you look at
yeah.
it that's why you look at everything objectively. That's why when you guys are saying about
Mhm.
Fresh and Fit, I was like, I never looked at them to like them. I looked at them for objectivity and what they were doing on their platform, regardless of
Yeah.
how I think of
Yeah.
them. Because
But-
regardless of how you may feel about them, it's not
Mhm.
like what they were saying in the conversation they're having the women, they were wrong.
True, but this is the thing. Y'all hear the way I speak, even when I went in on Jess. I understand the responsibility I have. It would take look at there's a reason why FD speaks to me. Is not just because one of the reasons because he thinks he see an easy mark, but the other thing is I'm not gonna lose my composure. Even when I spoke to Diallo and Skip, right? Like when I first got in, I'm not gonna troll. I'm not. If you have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, white dudes, black dudes, Latinos, Asians watching you, and first of all, you got caught up on some white woman shit. What a dumbass! Like, bro, like, okay, that let me know everything that Nema was saying is really questionable about you for real, because brothers shouldn't be getting caught up with no fucking white women on some pay for play
there
shit.
ain't no player that's getting caught up on some white woman shit.
Yeah,
That elementary grade level player is handling white bitches.
But about the rage, you know what? When I thought about it, and when I thought about my past and everything I went through, I was like, I think my frustration came before I encountered the red pill. It was like when I encountered the red pill, the rage kind of went away from me. It was like, oh, it all makes sense. When I first came to space, I was like, I was enraged. I was like, yo, what the fuck is going on around here? I know something's wrong.
And put words and science to your emotions.
Yes, like what is it? And then when it was explained to me and I understood it, the very first person I listened to when I came to space was Coach Greg Adams. He was one of the first books I read. So when I read the book and it was explained to me, that's when the rage went away. I was like, oh, it all makes sense now.
I think, what's funny? I think I went through my red pill rage stage early. And that's because the first person I listened to when I came to this space was Sergeant Willie Pete. And that was way back in 2008.
Oh, yeah, he was around when I was around. Yep.
Yeah, 2007, 2008, back when he had the I Pop My Collar and the Bitches Holler avatar. You remember that? You remember that?
And for me, it was him. It was Avenue Rance. It was like I remember when they were beefing. Like, bro, I've been around for a while too. Yeah. Who Sarge beef with somebody? Was it Tactician? Who else did he go back and forth with?
Soul and Black. He beefed with Soul
Black.
Yeah. He beefed with another guy named Big Bear, who was like
what were the theses behind these beefs, since you all
okay. I remember the Avenue Rance one vividly. So Sarge grew up as one of the few upper middle class black brothers, like especially for the particular like for his particular age group, because Sarge is a few years older than me. I think he's like an older millennial. Yeah, he's an older millennial. And Avenue Rance is out of LA, from the hood, from the bottom of the bottom. So a lot of it was like, class back and forth, and the different perspective you have from them, because Avenue Rance was also an educated brother. I think he had matriculated through university. He might have even been working on an advanced degree before he ended, because he ended his YouTube career, I want to say, around the time of Trayvon Martin. Around that time, I want to say. And but yeah, he had matriculated through, but it was still a class. Like, you could see it was really class based, and the perspective you get from coming from two different backgrounds concerning class. So these are two black men around the same age, right, who just have a different perspective. Now, I will say this: I have watched Sarge move closer to some of what Avenue Rance was speaking about because of just experience and just black women being loud as hell on the internet. And yeah, but Sarge did have some certain points because of his upper middle class upbringing, seeing quote unquote patriarchal men do their thing. But Avenue Rance was trying to tell him, like, it's not what you think it. You think okay, Sarge was on that alpha your way through thing at that time. Avenue Rance was trying to tell him, no, these women ain't giving up power, nigga. It don't matter what you do. Like,
Yeah.
like you can alpha your way through them saying, because essentially what Avenue Rance was saying in his own way was like, no, they want you to protect, provide, and shut up. And Sarge was like, ain't no way. I'm telling you, if we were Superman, they would sit down and relax. And he's like, that's not, you don't get it. And so
Nah.
yeah, so that's at least that argument. I'm not sure about some of the others. Yeah, but Soul and Black, Soul and Black was just, it was personality issues and that nigga talk, and they were going back and forth on some stupid shit. But it was really the Avenue Rants and Sarge Willie Pete. That's the one that stuck out to me.
But here's the thing. Well, it took a while for SWP to get there because he's there now. Now he's there at the Wall of Indifference. But you know who, Mr. Black, for some reason, he's not there yet. When you hear him listen, when he talks to me.
Wait. I want Black Lou to actually go after this. And then I want 18th, because we cut 18th off nasty. Okay. I look at Jason Black as walking. He's somewhat libertarian in his worldview, because I see the way he goes at, and I'm gonna say political, but it's both a entire left-leaning worldview, so not just the political, but the social element of it, and also a complete right-leaning worldview that he makes. So I see him as being, if there is a true libertarian or like centrist, I see him as being that in many ways.
But he's hella alpha your way through it, though.
True. I think he's moonwalking out of that, but he refused. This is the thing with Jason Black's fucking ego. He won't admit, the Black Manosphere got some points right there. That's why he calls us the Winosphere, because a part of him cannot admit, yep, that's true. That's true too. You know what? I'm low key biting a little bit of this. Low key, like, so he got to speak on some, and he'll say it even now. He'll say, the place that they'd like to hate listen to or hate watch, and they're gonna get their ideas from me and then try to remix them. Like, nigga, do you know how much stuff you into Jason Black?
Jason,
I've been listening to you since Tommy Sotomayor. Do you know how many things you've said that I know you kind of remix from other people?
Yeah. I don't see you copywriting the trademark and none of this shit. What are you talking about?
Bro,
I don't even listen.
I've never listened to him beyond any about him, and it's in large part because of what you just described, Mr. Z, and that is his ego. He's so egotistical and so solipsistic, and in fact, he's kind of female in that regard, where it's like it's all me, what I think, what I created, or what I thought. And I don't have respect for Black men who think and behave and talk the way that he thinks, behave and talk.
Agree,
so I don't listen to that.
Yeah, I don't
agree. I don't respect
let me say this one.
Where I came up, my inclination is to slap a dude like that in the mouth. Like, for real. Where I came up, when you always talking, you know every damn thing, and don't nobody know nothing but you. Where I came up, motherfuckers got slapped in the mouth for that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a different right now. Wait a minute. What hammer does he have up right now? I think you got the wrong hammer up.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. So you're saying Roland Martin needs to be slapped in his mouth?
He do.
Well, I mean, like low key, but let me.
Well, and that young brother was trying to give him some act right if he wasn't half right.
Yeah,
I saw that.
I ain't got no respect for him. He hid behind a church lady.
Yeah, right? Let me read this and let me let 18 go. And Black Wealth and Power says, I have a non-ADOS parent from Kenya. Myron is also from my neck of the woods, by the way, of my dad. Myron is flexing his Arab adjacent light skin superiority complex. He's still a sand ninja. So he's agreeing with was it Balari? Which one of the brothers came? No, it was Gilgami. Gilgami kind of explained that to us. Yeah, he explained that, and it's exactly what Neymar is saying also. So yeah, so he is flexing, I guess, his Arabized blackness, right? What did you say again?
Black. No.
You said it a different way, right? You go ahead and say
let me explain. Let me put it this way.
We got to get 18th after this. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, 18th. Bear with me. I'll be after you, but
no problem. You fellas go ahead and chop it up. I'll be right here. Be patient.
All right. Thank you, brother. Oh, big up to Chef Butter Biscuits for the $100. Thank you very much. And he says, I'm a Gen Z and I've been watching since the beginning. When I first came into the space, it was unfortunately through FNF and they made my red pill rage infinitely worse. But
See?
y'all reel me back. I'm forever thankful for y'all, all of y'all, and Angry Man saved this youngin. Hey, brother, we're glad
Thank
that
you, bro.
we got you where
Hey,
you need to be. And
don't
keep doing what you're doing.
let me remix a little bit of what FD said. FD said we scaring the hoes. What I would tell you is don't hate the hoes. don't hate
No.
don't hate the hoes. Say, look, man, the women are human beings too. Once again, what Vince said, what Dr. Green Gorilla say, they exhibit virtue and vice.
Yeah.
Don't hate the women. Look, women are human beings too.
Yeah.
You're gonna meet some of them that are assholes and still look out for you.
Yeah.
You're gonna meet some of them that are nice as hell and they're gonna throw you under the bus, right? So
Here's
they're
a
human beings just
here's a
like
red
everybody
pill
else.
nugget. Well, here's a red pill golden nugget when it comes to you to hoes. Hoes are necessary.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
They are
Bless
necessary.
the
They are
hoes.
necessary. Just like Simps are.
Nino!
Simps are necessary.
Well,
You may
I
not like
understand
Hey,
them.
Nino.
Right.
your
But
biggest
You may not
issue
like them, but they are
okay.
necessary.
Okay, so we're gonna let Black Uru go, and then we gotta get 18th. Look, it's been like 5-10 minutes.
I didn't get a chance to say
Go
what I
Well,
said,
no,
but it's okay.
I don't want to hold the brother
Okay.
18th letter
Okay,
up. So
so
go ahead.
18th, and then we get Naaman. Go ahead, 18th.
Okay.
Okay, you
All
know
right.
what? I'll let Damon finish his speech, and then I'll go ahead and go.
All right. All right.
Go ahead.
Okay.
No. You go
All right,
first,
well,
brother. You go
then
first.
if hold on.
Look,
Damn it,
see,
'cause letter,
whenever y'all mess up,
I
y'all
was
like
giving that
y'all let the
opening for
boomer do
you.
this
I
boomer
wasn't giving
thing.
that
Go ahead.
opening for everybody
Go
else.
ahead.
Okay, go ahead, Uru.
Let the elder first. Let the elder
Go
No,
ahead.
Let's let the
what I
old
wanted,
Cadillac through the intersection. Go ahead. Go ahead.
you wrong. You
Go
wrong
ahead.
for that
Go
now.
ahead.
Let
Go
the old
ahead.
dog.
OG.
Go ahead.
No, the point, you guys got. I don't judge women any more than I judge men. I
Right.
always look for two things when dealing with human beings, and they're two very very simple concepts that explains everything about women, everything about men, everything about human beings.
Mhm.
Reason and accountability.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
are you going to be made fully accountable for what you do? And so when I look at black women, I don't just look, I mean, their behavior is bad, they do wrong stuff, but I look at the broader society that does not hold them accountable and responsible for what they do. So I just look at like,
I agree.
what would happen, for example, if you did not prosecute sex crime? Probably be a lot of dudes out here raping. Let's be real. Not all men would be rapists, but it probably would be a lot of rapists out here. So I kind of look at their behavior in the context of what in this society is holding them to any standard that they're going to suffer some real punishment for failure to achieve that standard. I don't see it.
Can I say this to you, Black Uru? I'm telling you right now, your son-in-law is thanking you every day. Let me tell you why. Because I see it in my lady, right? Like I'm seeing it in my lady. You know, rest in peace to her dad, who passed last year around this time, actually. And I see it in her, right? I see when I talk and she stops speaking. I see the reasoning, even if she go off the, even people, women, black women, right? Even if she go off the reservation a little bit, I could reel her back, right? But I know why because of her dad, and it's not just a theory of mine. I know it because I've been around him, right? I know it because he's from BFE Nowheresville, Georgia, and then moved to Philly when he was like 13 years old. So like, you see what I'm saying? So I get an idea of the upbringing.
Here's the other thing that benefit you have. This is a great benefit you have, and probably will have the whole time you're with her. She knows that you knew him.
Yes.
So she knows that you know those. So like, even if she was on some bullshit, she could pull some bullshit with some dude who did not know your father. She can't pull that bullshit with you because she knew the man. She knew that you knew the man she came from, and so a lot of what's going to check her is that.
Yeah.
And
it's true because it's certain things that I can invoke that I see have an effect on her, and it's a two-sided sword because she knows my mom too, and she knows my dad too. So but it's not a bad thing. It allows you to check each other on some. I know your parents raised
accountability
you
on
better
your
than that.
side.
Yeah,
It's
yes.
accountability on your side. It's accountability on her side. If
Yes,
everybody's being held accountable, we
yes,
can work out you can make a deal with
yes.
it when everybody's going to be held accountable.
Yep. Yeah.
All
And
right.
and it's easier to have I'm telling y'all, because I was out here dating. The relationship I have with her, I could not see me having it with any of the other women I was dating at the time, including ones that had their father in the home too, but their father wasn't her father. You see what I'm saying? So like, and yet it might have instilled certain principles, but it wasn't the type of principles that your future son-in-law would be able to slot in. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I see that in her in a way that, and I'm thinking about two women in particular that their fathers were in the home that I was dating a little around the same time in the beginning. And yeah, I could tell that was not going to be. And these are professional women. They actually doing better than her, right? But I already knew, oh man, I'm not going to be able to maintain that.
Probably raised
Yeah.
them to be good, law-abiding, productive gynocrats.
Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, go ahead, 18th. Go ahead. I just had to get that out. But yeah, go ahead.
No, I definitely understand. I want to give a shout out to all you brothers. Z, it's always a pleasure to get on the on the platform with you, brother, and chop it up.
Thanks.
I haven't been around in a while. I've been kind of MIA because I've been between work and different things like that. Shout out to Narrative and Dialogues over in the comment section. And yeah, man, it's like I would wonder if Red Pill Rage is worser, or if Pill Rage is on the same level as BW and BWE Rage, which I don't think so. Divestment Rage was something like
No,
that.
that's different.
Yeah,
Here's the thing: their rage is encouraged.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't weaponize non-black women the way they weaponize non-black men.
And the funny thing is, we have more options with non-black women than them, and that's the funny thing.
Which I think is why we don't.
Divestor Rage is blaming black men for what white men do.
Exactly.
Say that.
For the circumstance. So you're blaming Divestor Rage is blaming the victim. That's what Divestor Rage is. It's blaming the victim. And it is not only just blaming the victim, but then you're embracing the villain while you're blaming the victim.
Yeah.
That's what Divestor Rage is.
Yep. Yeah. So, and pretty much
Perfectly articulated, actually.
we've seen this situation progress in many ways, because we know that a lot of these women are running into brick walls, and it's funny when they try to like pretend that they wasn't divestors or try to sweep it up under the rug and all types of, especially after the things that's been said for the last 4 years. I'm sorry, it's hard for me to forgive that in a lot of cases, because I mean, the women calling us apes, bullet bags
for me, yeah, that was the one for me.
the pictures of us hanging, I and all of the women that now then backed off of it, that was full force throttle on it to capitalize off of it, the Chrissies, the Paris Milans, I can't forgive that, man, because it's like we was getting our heads kicked in from racist white folks.
Just tell them, brother, just tell them, one day these white men are gonna show y'all who and what they really are. And don't look for me for help and forgiveness when it happens, because it's definitely coming.
We're doing it now.
It's not even a probability. The worse things get, the more estranged black men and black women become. White men are very predatory. They see weakness and they act upon it.
Wait a minute. How many black women have they found already that were sliced up and shit?
I was just gonna say
only
logical just posted one earlier today or yesterday. Yep.
Yeah, the case about the lady found that poor lady.
Let me ask y'all a question. What do you all think are happening to all the black women who've gone missing that they did not find? Who do you think are behind that?
Ooh.
Say that.
Yeah.
Say that.
Who think about it? Who do you think are most capable of disappearing some whole human beings in America.
Yeah.
Think about it.
I can.
The
Let them
bodies
say
you
we.
found, those were the sloppy dudes.
Yeah,
Those
let
were
them
the
say
sloppy.
it. Let them say it, Uru. We just as capable. Let them
Yeah.
say it.
Well, here's
No,
the thing.
no,
Well, if
no,
they talk, they'll say that. But here's
no. We don't have the resources. Look,
Yeah.
a white dude with X number of acres of land can kill up a bunch of hoes and bury them on that land. Y'all wouldn't even know nothing about it.
Yeah.
Shit.
Right.
You
Or
might
you
not
could do
find
like
those bodies. You might not find those bodies for a century.
Yes. Or even if you do find it in his lifetime, this dude's already 70 something. You can throw him in
and
jail
it's
now.
decomposed, and the
Right.
body's probably decomposed.
So
I remember,
Or
for example,
him or his friends own a damn incinerator.
say that.
yes, or
You're definitely not gonna
crematorium.
find anything. If you don't have video of anything, you're definitely
him
not.
or
Yeah.
his friends own a hog butchering, a slaughtering thing.
A slaughterhouse.
Let's
slaughterhouse.
not forget the story. Where was that? Where the brother was just jogging through, and he went into the house they were building, and they damn near hunted him down. And
Marbury.
Ahmaud
Arbery,
bro.
down in Georgia.
And remember, they were this goes back to what Black Uru was saying. They were sending the video of that to each other like it was a goddamn gift.
Yeah, it was a hunting. It was a hunting video.
Yes,
it was an instructional video.
Yes,
this is who you're dealing with. So when black women talk about running to them dudes, I'm like, y'all go right head on. Y'all gonna learn.
Now
Y'all
here's the
gonna
thing
learn.
too, and to 18th letter to what you're saying you can't forgive them. You shouldn't. Don't.
Yeah.
Don't forgive them. That, but and here's the thing.
You can forgive their immortal soul. Know, I mean, if you're religious, but in terms of on this earthly plane, don't have none for them hoes.
Yeah, but even if you don't forgive them, that doesn't mean you hate them.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, there's a difference between forgiving and just putting up with bullshit.
Yeah.
Just because you forgive somebody doesn't mean you have to put up with their bullshit.
Yeah.
And I think that's where everybody get that's where a lot of black people get it wrong.
The only thing that bothers me about a divester is when I don't know this bitch is a divester. That's the only thing that bothers me. That to me, because to me, that's how you can do the most damage to black men. That I don't know you one of them motherfuckers. Yeah. But you just being one and being upfront about you don't want nothing to have nothing to do with black men. Hey man, that's a whole lot of problems y'all can avoid. That's a whole lot of problems y'all can avoid.
I already got white dudes in my family, so they really can't assault me with that anyway. So whatever.
Speaking of which,
real quick, so with the divestors and forgiveness, going to what 18th is saying, I'm watching some kind of backtrack. Like Chrissy has gotten real, and I'm pretty sure she's putting up some on her Patreon and stuff like that. She, so there is still some of the rhetoric. Same thing with Paris Milan, but the energy at what they were going at us with about 3 and 4 and 5 years ago, it's dissipated a bit first because we got older as a generation. Especially amongst the younger Xers and the millennials, we got older, and life happened. Life happened to a lot of them. It's real difficult to talk about how horrible black men are when you've been working with the same white assholes for 5 and 6 years now, and you can't stand their ass, but you can't go nowhere else, right? So I think that's dissipated some of the energy. But I'll tell you the truth. I think what also dissipated some of the energy is that now that it's run its course, I could go get me any white man talk. It's run its course. Do you got the ring? You've been listening to Chrissy for 4 years, for 5 years, for 6 years. Do you have the ring from the white man yet? Did the Latino propose to you yet? The one with all the money that was going to move you out to the burbs. So what we're also if you're running into somebody that's just now getting into some of that content, maybe a year or two, maybe that's a different situation. But the people that's been following Chrissy or that's been following Crystal and Kerosene for goddamn a decade, are you married to the white man, the well-off white man? We're saying, not any random loser ass white dude who's actually coming up off of you. And So are you listening to Chrissy? Are you listening to Yanni? Are you
Hey,
listening to
look,
Crystal
you
Karens and
you
Cynthia
get
G?
ready. You
Uh-huh.
get ready. It's worse than that. You just lost your job,
Yeah.
or you getting
Ooh.
ready to get put out of your apartment, and
Yep.
ain't no white man came to rescue you. Ain't no
Yep.
Arab dude came to rescue you. And
Hmm.
and the only men you have encountered who might give a damn and who might help you are black dudes.
But
Yep.
You
but
know that.
but the only
Yep.
reason
Like
they
in
still keep
reality, not
the only
off the
reason
internet, out of the talking bullshit.
Yes.
My
Yep.
cousin,
Hmm.
Dwayne, he say he may be able to help me, or he say he may be able to, get me in this other apartment when I get kicked out of here, give me a
Hmm.
room or something like that. And so over time and circumstance, this kind of talk starts sounding real crazy as
Yeah.
you're actually living life. It
Yeah.
starts sounding real crazy.
Well, we see that with the. That's why I bring up the money talk. I bring up the money talk because I really the lefty in me, but also because I really wanted to emphasize how crazy these women sound on Kevin's show. Because this is the thing, they were showing their
Delusional.
faces. So now we're not just reading some weirdos comments in Chrissy's comment section. No, now we seeing some of the women that are actually in her comment section calling into Kevin, right?
Hey,
So
hey, Z.
that's
Hey,
what
hey,
made
hey,
it,
Z.
go
No,
go go.
no more anime avatars.
Right? No, exactly, right? Exactly. No more anime. No more black girl with the pink weave of fucking anime avatar. Some weird made up anime avatar shit. Or Storm. Oh, they love Storm because Storm is actually badass. But no more
Uh-huh.
Storm anime avatar
well, but
shit. Right. So
The
it,
closest you're
it
going to get to Storm would be Jade Cargill in WWE, but
right.
one
Yeah.
thing we got
But
to
does she
mention,
even mess with brothers?
Yeah, she's
she's
married to a
married
brother.
to a brother. No,
Okay.
she's
Okay.
married
Okay.
Yeah.
and
Okay.
she's married to a brother and has a daughter with him, a
Okay.
retired
But
baseball
let,
player.
let me land with this name. So what I'm saying is some of this stuff has run its course.
Hmm.
And as Black Uru was saying, the only people that's going to help you through this life, because I'm I'm telling y'all, we are in a fork in the road when it comes to where the world is headed economically over the next couple maybe century. We're either going hard down this kind of all the way through the neoliberal freaking experiment, which they said neoliberalism is dead. We'll see. We're gonna keep on this road and then turn this into feudalism 2.0. But this time it won't be lords and kings and serfs and peasants. There will still be peasants. It'll be more corporate titans that we all pay fealty to while we're using Amazon dollars to buy Amazon goods, right? So it's either going to go down that road or you're going to go down the road of a kind of other direction where it's kind of a weird techno dystopia, but we kind of still benefit
Techno
in a weird
feudalism.
way.
I'm
Yeah,
betting on the techno dystopia.
yeah,
I
me
don't.
too.
I
the
don't
techno
think
dystopia.
I'm
I
betting
don't
on
think
that.
you can do feudalism
Hmm.
today. Feudalism is a
No.
product of a whole different environmental, technological factor.
Hmm.
Obviously, the neocon thing don't work anymore. There's only so
Hmm.
much shit you can gangster from folks. China's building up their military.
Yep.
Russia has X number of nukes. Who you just gonna gangster shit out of today? So that
Yeah.
neocon shit is ain't gonna work
Hey,
anymore.
I,
I
I
think the
gotta laugh at the gangster
techno
shit
thing
because
is
that's
the
really what it is.
only
Okay,
rational future
now
for.
remember, every
If I
time we
may.
watch any television show, any movie, because they're telling us something. Whenever you
Hmm.
watch that, notice the quote unquote family structures. Notice
Oh,
you notice like it's straight individuals. The only people that have quote unquote traditional family structures in any one of those television shows, movies, books, name it, are the elite. Tell me I'm lying.
No,
no, you're not
So
lying.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
what I'm
That's true.
so what I'm saying is in that future, black women go from just being the quote unquote bottom with black men to being the absolute. You become the weirdo mystics, crazy hypersex. I've said this before. You become the hype. You become literally all the negative stereotypes, even worse. The
that's what I'm.
hypersexed, weird mystics. Who hate men but love, loving on each other and loving on men, but can't stand men. right?
But that's the thing, and that goes back into the super chat I sent you
Mhm.
hours ago. It's the
Yeah.
perception, even though we know we know, but
But
I'm sure there's
in techno future,
Mhm.
why give a damn about a bitch? Like, if I'm a
True.
billionaire in
True.
techno future world, I'm on some virtual. I'm fucking goddesses in my mind. I don't care nothing about no
Hey.
black bitch. You know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
He's on
I'm
the Oculus
visualizing
Rift.
how things gonna really work in the techno world. Human value is gonna get core human value is gonna get very precarious, and
Yeah.
all this stuff about black women in particular ain't gonna have any value to anybody that I can see,
Yes.
it won't.
even men. Because if I'm on that high end of things, I already got all kinds of other ways I can get off, and all the Blade Runner shit. I'm gonna be Blade running shit, with Blade running hoes.
Yeah.
I mean, black women are gonna be the last thing I give a damn.
Remember
that's gonna be the
Demolition Man?
last thing I'm thinking about.
Look, we gotta let Nima go ahead. Go ahead, Nima. Go ahead.
All right, a couple of things I want to get in regarding the red pill rage and everything. Me personally, I was already raging going back to like my youth and everything, thanks to my teens and everything. I already understood a lot of this stuff, but it was just like I just didn't have the vocabulary to express it at the time.
Yep.
Because I was a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember when I was like 15, 16, I was 16 years old. I was like, women are just natural hypocrites when you think about it. And then I asked myself, and what the hell what is the point of women's lib? Is it to punish me for something my forebears did? Or was it to liberate women? I kept having those questions when I was young, but I didn't have anyone to talk to, especially in a country like Eritrea, because shit was, the social political climate at the time was not conducive for it. Also, when you talk about the things like divestors and shit like that, I saw that with my own eyes. Because between 98 and 2000, we had a border war, right? And then in 2001, they started sending peacekeepers to help demarcate the border. But you saw a lot of peacekeepers on the streets of Asmara. That's the capital of Eritrea, Asmara, by the way, folks. And I remember just women, and I was like, and I already foresaw some of this shit somehow. I just understood it like that. So, black women trying to get with white dudes, thinking that'll solve all their problems, and hoping to get
I need
out
you to
of the
be a
country
bit more vulgar. I need you to be. The Eritrean women was trying to throw bucks at the goddamn white peacekeepers. There you go.
All kinds of white peacekeepers. But here's the thing: they didn't know the difference between Eastern and Western Europeans. That's how fucking inept they were.
Yep.
And the worst ones were there. And I remember there was a scandal involving a couple of Irish peacekeepers. That's another discussion for another time, but that was in 2004. So understanding all of that, I was like kind of raging. But when I came here to Norway, I was already dealing with my own mental health issues. And when I went off, and when it really got bad, I was like raging because of my mental health. But what kept me from self-deletion was Patrice O'Neill. And listening to him and listening to Black Phillip, and it was like, it just, because there were seeds that were already planted in my head. And the red pill seeds were already planted in my head, but what he was saying started resonating. It woke me up in a sense. I realized,
good, you were listening to him more than Yaminica, bum ass. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember that conversation with her and Black.
I thought it was good that you were listening to him more than Yaminica, old bum ass.
I remember that conversation with her and Black Phillip. Oh man, that shit was
Yamanika. Yeah. I remember that was the funniest shit. No, the funniest shit was when he mocked Kareth Foster, and he decided that her theme song went from "The Barges Love Me in a Special Way" to the intros to Sanford and Son. That was one of the funniest shit. Yeah, they played it. He was doing impressions of Red Fox while they were doing it. But anyway,
let me read this real quick, because I think what Nino says here, and we're gonna end out in a minute, you guys. What Nino says here is really and by the way, thank you for the Cash App, Thermocat. Thank you for the Cash App. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. And Nino says, because this thing. Okay, there we go.
Where should we take our value to?
Go ahead.
Where should we take our attention to if we're only attracted to Black women? is it safe to say that they're all the same? I don't agree.
I
You have
would
a
say
point
to
there.
answer that real quick, you have a whole continent
Mhm.
of black people, number one.
Mhm.
Then you have a lot of black people all across South America
That are
Mhm.
still
and through
considered
the
black.
Caribbean, right? It's still
Mhm.
They're
considered
all
black,
still considered black.
right? You might have some not so wayward black Canadians. They right up there.
Yeah.
They in the northern border.
Black
You
Europeans.
have right. You got black people in Europe.
Can
I
I
mean, you
can
know,
I
yeah.
can I interject? It's
Go,
not
go.
about place. I
Mhm.
go back to what I said earlier.
Mhm.
You know, accountability and responsibility.
Mhm.
Wherever you go for women, are they going to be made responsible for accountable for their behavior and responsible for particularly when they fuck up? Now, so wherever you go, you should make an assessment as to what degree. Let's say if you okay, fine, you want a black woman. You guys describe numerous places all over the planet where they have black women. How are they being made accountable for what they do? How are
Yeah.
they be made responsible when they fuck up? When they marry you,
Mhm.
are they going
Mhm.
to be held accountable for that? If they
Mhm.
some hoes, are they going to be made responsible
Say
for that?
that.
Yeah.
Right?
By the
So
mhm.
wherever you go, and if you got to have a black woman, that's fine. There's a lot of wonderful black women all over the world. But what standard is they going to be held to account for?
Yep.
If
Well, you
you
just
need to answer that question before you decide who you're going to deal with, any chicks, black or
yeah.
otherwise.
Yeah, because
No, I
but
agree
you
with
can
that.
just but when you do come when it starts come with places when you answer that question you start asking about places. Well, you know they're not doing it here in America, are they?
Nope. Anyway, what
Yeah,
I wanted to continue with, the point I also want to mention was like when we talk about red pill rage. Some of us, it wasn't rage. So, like BGS mentioned this when he presented a song by Isaac Hayes called "By the Time I Get to Phoenix."
Somebody's
Was that
mic. I
me?
don't know if that's yeah. That might be your mic. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, it was me. Sorry.
Mhm.
But it's called "By the Time I Get to Phoenix," which
Mhm.
is it's more like the red pills or tears. Because some people, when they get that red pill rage, they don't enrage. They become tearful. There's that sense of guilt. There's that sense of shame. That sense of humiliation, not realizing what had happened. Because sometimes instead of expressing in anger, they turn it inwards into sorrow. And sometimes we gotta help those brothers because those brothers, it could destroy them. In fact, I remember a clip by Ron Wills. We talked about the creation of the dog, like how some guys turn into dogs.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm. Mhm.
Some people become absolute dogs and shit. If you remember that one clip, but the BJS had one about that one girl on Steve Wilkos, where it turned out, the boy was not the father of her child, but his mother was saying, "You got to be a dad to these kids," because she was
Yes.
helping having grandkids. A later episode, that same girl, different dude, and his mom was there.
Hmm.
And Ron Wills covered, and he said, "This is the creation of the dog." If you notice, because there was a point where you looked at him when he found out he wasn't the father. He just looked at her, and for a moment, the mask kind of slipped, and you saw his face twitch in a certain way, like something in him just broke. Something snapped. He's turning into that heartbreaker. He's going to turn into a dog or a heartbreaker eventually.
I mean,
So we got to save brothers like that sometimes. That's sometimes what happens when some people get that red pill, those red pill tears instead of the red pill rage.
Ed said something a little while ago about it. I think he was talking about some of the African brothers in particular, but I'll extend it out to just not just them. When they wake up to like, oh, wait a minute, this what the women are on. Okay, then all the women are hoes. Like, no, the nigga, okay, nigga, you going to okay, that is not what we're saying. I mean, not exactly what we're saying, at least. And no, so they do rage out, and so you can't get them off of that. Like all the women are hoes, nigga. No, we're not saying that. So there is a bit of red pill rage where it is like, no, all of them are on some extreme gold digging stuff. All of them are hoes. All of them are mean bitches and all like, okay, I know what stage you're in right now. We call that the red pill rage.
Yes.
I mean, you calm down a little bit.
But some
Let me
don't
walk
rage
you
is what
through
I'm
this,
saying,
right?
Z.
Yeah, go ahead.
But what I'm saying is some of them don't rage.
Mhm.
Not like that. They snap. and turn into this darker person.
Yeah, no,
Like
no, I
said,
get what you're saying. The to get over somebody, you got to get under somebody type of narrative. And
not necessarily. Sometimes sometimes it breaks them to the point where they might attempt self-deletion in some cases.
Okay, yeah,
or it
okay.
hurts
I
them
get what
because
you're
they're broken. They're just like they become catatonic in a way. I was almost like that.
I will
I
say
was
this.
almost like that.
I will say this to young men. It's if I'm going to say to the women, you're not old love, then I have to say to the men, you're not old a woman.
Yeah.
I'm not saying whether it's right or not.
Mhm.
I'm not saying whether it's good or not.
But
I'm
you
not
are
saying
old. But you are owed to yourself giving the best possible opportunity for you to find a woman who
yes.
will love you. You're not old love.
I'm getting to that. I'm getting to that, Blacker. I'm getting to that. I'm getting
Okay,
to that. I'm
well,
walking there. I'm walking
my
there.
bad. I didn't
No,
mean to
no,
cut
you
you
good.
off.
No,
I
no,
didn't mean to cut
you're
you
okay.
off.
But no, because I'm walking to that because you got to say that first. You got to say that unfortunately, especially for because we got hit in a different way under the age of 50, under the age of 45, under the age of 40. So, and I'm speaking to us in specific. The environment changed, and it changed fast. It changed rapid, right? It was fast. So you're not owed that. With that is what Black Uru is saying, which is you do owe yourself to put yourself in the best environment to foster that relationship with that woman that values you. But you're not owed that. And it's not a guarantee. See, our great granddads walked outside and damn near could pick a fucking wife like they picking a daisy, right? That is not the environment that you're because it was the world was producing ready-made husbands and wives for anyone. And women walked out the door, they could pick a husband out of a goddamn lineup of men. Men walked out the door, they could pick a wife out of a lineup of women. Just about like we were in the business of making future wives and husbands. Over the past couple generations, that's not a thing anymore. I'm about to land. So you are not owed a wife, you're not owed love too, but you do owe it to yourself to put yourself in the best position. That's physically, that's educationally, that's financially, that's even regionally, right? Geographically, you to put yourself in the best position for a woman that actually gives a fuck about you.
Yeah. In fact,
so yeah.
And don't fall for the false binary of black woman, white woman. That's a very, very fallacious premise. Because I would argue, if I were going to be like stone cold matter of fact about things, I would argue that you should not deal with either black or white women.
So we got to stick to Asian chicks.
When you look Asian chicks, you know, a myriad Latina women,
Polynesians,
you know, maybe some Middle Eastern or whatever. But well, let me say in America. Now, once you get outside of America, a whole different set of circumstances. Hell, you might be able to do very well, for example, with an Albanian white woman, just for example. So I'm just talking about specifically in America. In America, white women are dangerous. Outside of America, you know, it could be a very different calculus that you make.
Absolutely.
But in America, if you really think about it, you really shouldn't deal with white or black women. Like really, if you thought about it outside of emotions and racial loyalty, you really shouldn't deal with either of those group of women. Really.
By the way, first of all, like, you know, by the way, the term exotical is an insult, right?
Yeah, that's Chrissy and them. You know, 18s know about that. That's Chrissy and them, and they came up with this term exotical to insult the Kim Kardashian looking women
white
and
girls,
whatnot.
That's black women pussy, you know, pussy blocking.
Oh, okay.
That's what it is.
Okay, that's what it's targeted at. Okay, I thought it might be to black women of other nationalities. But anyway,
well, maybe. It depends on the type of
It's really meant. It's really meant for women that are, mixed race, black.
Oh,
Race. That's pretty much what
or
it's.
here mixed race. Okay,
They,
but
they'll
anyway,
they'll use it. They'll
Well,
use
and
it
look,
for non-black
if
women.
you are a woman that guys typically want to fuck, they'll just label you exotical.
Yeah,
That's what
they
I
pretty
see.
much just label
Yeah.
you exotical,
Fair
and then
enough,
on
fair
top of it, but they won't bother the exoticals as long as they're with a white guy. So it's like,
Okay, I see your point. But by the way, before I say what I want to say, Rakim, it's good to see you, man. Well, you've been sorely
Neighbor,
missed, man.
it's good to see you too, bro. I end up missing a
Hey, I
couple
keep
of
in touch when I
messages,
can. I send
yeah,
you that
no, we'll chop it up on WhatsApp, definitely.
Anyway, when we think about these, like we talk about red pill rage,
Malika Andrews is an exotical. Go ahead, Nemo.
Well, yeah, she is because she's half small, half black. But if she went to Israel and people didn't know what she was, they probably treat her the same way they would treat an Ethiopian Jew. They would treat her the same way they would treat an Ethiopian Jew. Anyway, there's 3 songs I can think of regarding the whole red pill rage and whatnot. Or like or one song for red pill rage would be it's a song by a rock group called 3 Days Grace called Last to Know. It's from the 2010 album The Good Life. That's a song that kind of helped me deal with with a really painful breakup and a bad depression I had. 2 other songs, like when you talk about putting ourselves in the best position for everything. One is Luther Vandross, Second Time Around. That was from the Any Love album. That's a good song to listen to.
That album was a beast.
Oh man, that's one of my favorite albums, man. Any Love? I mean, She Won't Talk to Me, Come Back, For You to Love.
Can you go to a black wedding and not play Luther?
Oh no, you can't go because Luther had some great songs. The slow songs though, the party jams, they will get you upbeat when they needed
KMS, I hate you, bro. I just want you to know. Every time you post this, I chuckle. Every time.
What's the Chronic track 16? Okay, anyway.
Which one? Which song do you think that is? Which song do you think that?
I don't want to know. I'll look it up later. The third song I think is one song that it's Sade. It's from the Lovers Rock album called Somebody Broke My Heart. It's similar to like the King of Sorrow. That song. That's talking about somebody trying to go, after dealing with a bad breakup, trying to go back into the scene and trying to start a new relationship. Because in the song, she goes like, in the song, I remember in the second verse, she goes like, "Here I am, so don't leave me stranded."
Real quick, Nemo, real quick. Better you. Why were you laughing just now?
I looked up track 16 of the
I knew that's why you were laughing. I knew that's why you
I was
were
about
laughing.
to do the same. I was just about to do
You know what song it is, though. You know what song it is.
Let me look it up.
You don't know the number to the name of the song. That's why. You don't know the number to the name of the song.
What's the name? Somebody tell me the name then.
These ain't ish, but hoes and
Oh, damn it. I figured, like, why is it a song? Well, I was thinking, like, why is it?
The first time KMS ever posted it, I guessed it and I knew what song it was. Once I was like, he said the Chronic 16. What would track 6? Let me see. I remember. I remember my cousin had the Chronic. Like I have the songs. Yeah. Like I was like, what would 16 be that he would say it? I know what song, and I just started laughing because I knew what song it was. I just knew. I guessed it, and I knew.
I did not know.
Speaking of which, who remembers from the 2001 album Housewife, that song?
I don't know if I remember that one.
I know that
now,
song.
This is one of them occasions when the homie's not doing it right. So what if he found in my homie he likes? But you can't make a hoe a housewife.
That beat go hard too.
That also, don't forget the skit before that. The pause for porno skit with Jake Steed.
Jericho.
Oh yeah.
I knew. Let me tell you something. I knew these women were wilding because of Splackavelli.
Oh
yeah,
right? Like
Splackavelli told you these women was in shit in a low key way. He was telling you.
Oh man, Housewife. Yeah, but like I said, the song Housewife. That's if you listen to, like, what's his name? Hitman said in that one. He's like, hoes not for honey. Like he said, name a sexual disease, she got it. Like Sam Goody. Sooner or later, he's gonna be like, damn, how can she hit me with chlamydia? Fool, I pity you, because we live in the land of ballers. Motherfucker, wrap it up. And if she give you attitude, just tell her, look, bitch, I'm rocking the skin. It's not latex. You get that real feel sensation. It feels like I'm not wearing anything. All right.
Wow. But all right, you guys, look, I've got to end out. Z gotta go do things, right?
He's got to fill up. He's got to go to Bojangles because he's hungry.
No, not even. This is a reckless streams right now. We've been on reckless stream time for a little minute now. So
yeah,
we
but
will
you got to
pause
stop
right
by
here.
Popeyes because
Right.
we know how you
Real quick, I gotta end now. So we will pause right here. Love Piece of Chicken Grease. Y'all go check out other Black Manosphere content, other non-Manosphere content, for the love of God. And yeah, Black Manosphere show of the week once again is Kev from Black Men Being Brutally Honest. So y'all check out his stream later on tonight. It should be coming on 6 o'clock Central, 7 East Coast. So yeah, and y'all check that out, and y'all have a great rest of y'all day. All right, y'all go touch some grass. Mr. Z out.
Drive safely.